instead of feeling, you just feel it reapply just quickly, like something was like, it started to leave and then it came back real fast. And then you just sort of return to your normal feeling. Normally you would brush it off as nothing, just like a jitter or a, sort of a shiver or something along the lines of like a, you sort of crook your neck or you shift your shoulders just to fix that sort of feeling of malaise. But you caught it before it went away. Just that oddness. Definitely was something with a 26. But you feel fine, man. Normal as you ever been.
Kind of waddle stomp my way, just back off this way.
Yep, you still feel fine.
I turn to the party and say, "So, did you all figure out what you needed to do here?"
Well, everyone's taking turns walking into the circle, so
I'm just
who
waiting on
hasn't
your
gotten it?
master to get back. That's all.
Oh, is
Yes.
that
Oh, yeah.
Fedor?
Are we gonna the Arcana check I made?
Oh yeah.
There, with a 22, you're not a veteran on divine magic, but with the 22, I'm going to treat your 22 Arcana like a 15 religion. This is not normal magic. This is either divine or something else, because those sort of sects of magic are usually the only kind that can abate issues as grievous as your very long-term lycanthropy and whatever the hell Smog has. That is definitely some eldritch abomination shit that has afflicted him.
Well, I don't think we should go in the circle anymore until we ask Azrael exactly what it does.
Some deep magic shit.
Where is Azrael?
I don't know, but he needs to get back with that block of mithril and tell me how to use that forge over there.
Well,
He left-
He left to.
Yeah, he left an hour and a half ago. He said he'd be gone for 8 or so hours.
Yeah.
Hey, Lumaris.
Right.
Big flipping swan head turns like yes.
So you're...
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what you are, but, like, you're, like, kind of psychic, right?
I do have. I think at this point, Lumaris
Yeah.
would go ahead and drop the wild shape.
Yes, you were. Oh, I was going to find a meme picture of an angry swan, but yes.
It's just a
Grumpy
normal
swan.
swan with, like, photoshopped in eyebrows.
Yep.
I have some psionic abilities that I have been able to tap into.
So can you tell me about this? And then I'm gonna stick my hand in the circle again. See what happens.
As Bobbin sticks his hand in the circle, he just steps into it, and he turns to face you. His eyes are, glowing. There's more of his skin is covered in this glowing purple tattoo than there is normal skin. His hair is fine, but his eyes are glowing. On his forehead, he has 7 eyes glowing in sort of a circle, with one in the center and then the rest sort of around. On his palms and on the tops of his hands, the eye tattoo that you're familiar with and you've seen does appear, but it's much brighter. It turns to you, walks to the center and turns to you, Lumaris, points its finger, and brings it to its mouth, like it's telling you to be quiet.
I'm not going to say anything, but what I'd like to do is I'm going to roll insight and use actually my own psionics to boost the ability.
Sure.
Which I believe is a D8 right now. Oh, that's a good roll.
Yeah, so as soon as Lumaris does this, you see Vauban sort of lurch forward like he's concerned, and you see Lumaris, like, straight up, like something took, like a giant or an ogre, took its fist and plowed Lumaris across the face, just dead center. Lumaris does a full backflip and lands on his ass.
Whoa, I run to Lumaris.
Vauban falls over.
Lumaris, are you okay?
Somebody's got to go get his ass again.
Somebody go get him. Lumaris.
God damn it!
I kind of sit up. I'm like,
Not you!
what
and I,
in
and
the
I, and
hell?
I, and I,
Wait. Did he
and I,
swear?
I grab him before he can go in.
Did he straight up punch
You take
Lumaris in a
17
swan
psychic
form?
damage.
In a swan form?
I take 17.
Yes, he's normal form. He's not actually that
Oh,
big. Only I
okay.
could change token size. You take 17 psychic damage, unless you sort of gleam resistances from oversalve.
I think technically you ruled that I have to be holding it.
Yeah. So yeah, no, you take the full
So-
17.
Yeah, I'm at 50.
I'll use cure wounds on you, buddy.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
I can get stuff back pretty well with good
Shut
berries
up.
too. Oh,
Get
thanks.
20 health.
Now that you're awake, you very distinctly, as soon as you felt that sort of weight, that weight was the same thing you felt when you first walked into this circle. That sort of, you felt that weight, and then you saw white, and then you were airborne.
I'm gonna grab
Me?
Bob and drag him
you.
out of the circle.
Yep, you pull Vomit.
Let me see Vobin.
I lived.
Hey,
Where'd
wait, hold
Lumaris go?
stand still, and I kind of want to look around Vobin, checking his eyes, his, whatever
like-
happened there.
What are you doing? to me?
He seems fine. I feel like for memes, I should have in hindsight just moved Bob Vasp to the back tables every time to the cabin. Yeah. Yeah, he seems perfect.
God, what are you doing to me?
You notice that the singes
Walk
on
up
his
again.
wrists from when Smog pulled him out of the circle past the precipice and burned his wrists, sort of,
Yeah.
are healed.
Okay. See.
I flip and stomp into the center of this.
Yep, you sort of you don't feel anything as you pass through the
Wait,
precipice.
Lumaris, you never answered my question.
How do you feel, Vobin?
I don't know. I feel normal.
You feel fine.
Bob, and what was your question? I missed it.
Have you ever seen anything like that? Because I can't see it. I just fall unconscious every time I step in.
I do not
go ahead
know.
and step out. That's not something I've ever seen unless it was on you after our fight with Bellamore. My own psionic ability. I suppose I should ask: do my own psionic abilities kind of just manifest in kind of the starish ways that they kind of my magical stuff tends to manifest?
There is sort of a psychic hue to them. The nebulae, when you're focusing through your psychic power, not your arcane or your divine, or however you've gone about sort of artistically rendering it, is a purple nebula. You don't develop any tatau or anything. Not that it would reveal itself through your fur, anyways.
I go ahead and I kind of I crack the nebula open, so it's kind of floating there, and I'm just going to I mean, in any way that I sort of can. I mean, it's technically just gonna give me like a perception check in the area, but rolling also my psionic stuff.
Seems as normal as it's ever been.
I'm gonna continue reading my book.
But you would notice, I kind of point out to everyone that if you saw the, things kind of flow with the purplish psionic energy. When I do my own, psionics, but, yeah, I don't, not that I know anyway, have any sort of tattoos like you do, Bobbin. I'm. It's very interesting. I don't know what I can teach or if I can teach anything that I know, but we can try and work on it. Seeing, it's something. I mean, what happened when you walked into the circle just then? I mean, you well and truly slugged me across the jaw. And whatever
Did I?
psionically, it appears.
Yeah, so for everybody else but Lumeris, it did appear that whatever happened to Lumeris was not a result of Vauban. Like Vauban, even in his sort of form, looked concerned as soon as you saw Lumeris sort of form his nebula to add his sort of psychic to his ability check. That psychic sort of nebula sort of almost went. You know the 3D effect, the red and the blue.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of purple split into red and blue, evaporated, and something, whether it was sort of like a force or whatever, just clobbered Lumeris. During that, Vauban was he just sort of lurched forward with his arms out, like you see like a child fall off his bike, but you're not close enough to try to catch them, but you still sort of make the movement too. Something like that.
So, as a player, did I misinterpret that he did it?
You saw Vauban raise his finger to his mouth. You put the nebula forward to try to add your psychic ability, and then you saw white.
Gotcha.
And you're pretty sure your nose might be broken.
Thank you, Lannister, for the healing.
Yeah, he would.
Your nose is fine.
But yeah, I say Vauban. Yeah, as far as psionics, yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I can teach because it's seems to be just a very innate sort of thing. And clearly, whatever you've got going on is beyond my own.
Would
abilities, but-
the draconic blood that I was used when that was used on me, was the psionics that I experienced the same?
You gained, from what you can glean, you guess that you probably gained just some of the brain power of a dragon. You didn't necessarily. That's just a fast fashion of like having that sort of mental capacity. Like a dragon is a magnificent creature. Most of them know spells and are casters in this world. They're not just like, oh, raw, I'm a dragon, I'm gonna use my breath weapon. It's, oh, raw, finger of death, sort of environment. And you would know that there is a dragon who teaches school in Peppa as a professor. So knowledge about dragons is not exactly rare. First-hand accounts are, because that is pretty much the only one that is, conversing with people. That's your guess.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't feel you didn't feel unnaturally psychically available at that time. You just sort of were like manifesting the power of the blood within you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I could, probably maybe suggest to use a little bit to maybe try to enhance or to either enhance or you're probably awaken something. I don't know.
I want to
what,
it might be a
just,
catalyst.
Like, drink this.
It might be like a blood transfusion or something that they perform.
Oh, sorry, did you have that there specifically? Yes.
That's up to Vauban.
Why
If
not?
he wishes to
I kind of
experiment.
step over and I'm like, Lannister does have a point. It might trigger something, but if you want to try, learning potentially, again, I don't know exactly how all of this works, but if you want to try and learn from me, I can try and, pass on something of what I know.
Well, look,
It's
when
a
I was
bit of a-
a little kid, I heard all the time about stories about adventurers with like magic and stuff. And now you're telling me when I step into that circle, I somehow punched that, however much he weighs, bullman through that door, and you're telling me that this blood transfusion might help me use that outside of this circle, then hell yes. Sure, I'll do it. As long as it maybe won't kill me.
Well, in this type of work, everything might kill you, my friend.
Now, I do think it's important to note, in my own experience with my psionic abilities, there are limits. I think attached to your own body and mind for how some of these things work. Um, but again, that's my own experience. I mean, I'll put it to you this way: I stepped into that circle. I felt some weird things. It's hard to describe, but I didn't, summon 7 glowing eyes and hurl my compatriots
There's
across the
more of
room.
them now? I
But
thought there
I
was
saw
only the
7,
one.
so.
Shit.
And each time, and also you shushed me. I was.
I shushed you?
Yes, it was like you wanted to,
All right. Well, in any case, though, if anything, take your time. Learn from Lumerus. If that does not prove fruitful, then we can talk, Robin, if you wish.
I'm more worried that that wasn't me. I mean, I don't remember any of this. I just passed out.
There's something, maybe there's something inside of you that even you don't know. Something probably along your bloodline that you don't know about.
Ugh,
Something lingering, one might say. Um,
maybe.
who knows? We will find out more when the time comes. If you desire to look for more knowledge, of
Hell
course
yes, I
I
want more
am.
knowledge. Let's do this thing, baby.
I am available to help you, Robin. Just let me know what I can do.
Well, it sounds like there are two options here. I can learn from Lumaris to see if there's some funky shit going on, or I can do the blood transfusion at the same time. So why
I would
not both?
suggest to go with the Maris. The path of at least my path might require a little bit more work um, to make it a little safe for you.
Yeah, Valman, you remember when we were trying to, give Lannister the transfusion? It was a bit of an ordeal, so we might want
Yeah,
to.
but it was only an
We
ordeal
have.
because he was bleeding out and he was also unconscious.
Well,
But
I
now
mean, we do
you're
have.
perfectly conscious, I think.
I kind of gesture to Yabna and I say, we do also have,
Hmm.
an alchemist, present. So, um, that. Perhaps Lannister, if you want to explore the kind of the ideas of how this might be safely explored with Yabna, then maybe that's a thing worth
Actually, yes. Yep, no.
considering.
Yes.
I oh boy. Am I feeling I don't think I'm feeling tired. I think I'm okay. How are you feeling? Yep, no.
I could use a nap. That's
Okay.
okay.
It is. It is.
All right.
Would
How
I?
like yeah, is
Sorry.
everybody looking tired?
I was about to say, would I, as a native of the Feywild, have a kind of like innate sort of knowledge of? It's not like late, but it's late. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm getting tired. It's time for sleep, nighttime.
I haven't slept in 2 days. Yes, I'm tired.
Gridor's already asleep in the cherries.
You just see Grudor just laying on the. It's like a cool tile floor, not like an uncomfortable sort of dusty cairn of loose pebbles and rocks, but this carved environment is clean. And you do notice that even though there are some petals from the tree on the ground, after about a minute or two, they do just disappear, sort of fading away. It's a clean, sort of cool environment. The thing you're laying on, Gridor, isn't actually sort of elevated and curved, but it's embossed into the floor. Still allow still allow for a flat sort of finish. It's nice in here. From sort of the burning heat of the jungle and the fluctuant temperatures of the Feywild, this just even air conditioned environment is a godsend for somebody wearing heavy armor and has fur, who weighs probably 200 to 300 pounds. It's nice. It's good. You are finally not sweating your eyes out. So yeah, to say that you're asleep is not outrageous.
I think since it's like I think even though like actively like I'm actively on fire and shit, I feel like even since it's you keep on mentioning like air conditioning, if it's like a magic held temperature, I feel like even I kind of feel slightly coldish with only
Yes.
my robe on. Yeah, so I'm gonna say like yeah, I really do need to get some rest. My perception and stuff is dropping. I need to get some rest. And I'm gonna go find a nice warm spot just outside of this giant
There's the
forest.
bungalows. Don't forget.
No, I'm fine right here. It's very warm.
Um,
Yes,
come on, let's
Lannister, you
get
do
you up.
notice the burning sundial.
The burning sundial.
Yes, there is.
Oh,
You recognize what
oh.
that forge is and what it is used for, but you are sort of anxious because it's sort of a trade secret.
Can I be pulled down to be told what it
Yeah.
is?
Ooh, secrets. I think it sounds like we're about to do some long resting. Is that kind of what everyone's feeling right now?
Mhm.
Well, I
Yeah.
just took like 4 consecutive naps, so I'm ready.
They're only about a
I'm
minute long
actively,
apiece, jackass.
I'm
Yeah,
actively like
well,
keeping.
I mean,
screw
bringing
you.
a whole new definition to the word power nap. You know, just
I'm trying to like sleep with one eye open because someone said something about cuddling earlier and I was not into it.
Quick, go get him.
No, that's why I'm actively close to the forge. Like,
but yeah. So okay, yeah. I think Lumaris is still edgy. He's. I'll probably have a bit of a moment before. I also probably Lumaris might be inclined to take watch one. Like this doesn't seem to be a place where it would be necessary, but I think from a character standpoint, Lumaris is still like wired. I mean, I like to repeat, saw Grodor coming flying out the window. Lumaris didn't land before he flew in here.
yeah,
so,
fair enough. I feel
so
like my character is a lot like that, but I have like actively coming here and searching for answers, and now also dealing with like all this stuff. I have actually not slept in 2 days, so like I know my perception is just dog shit. Me on watch would be terrible right now.
yeah.
Well,
So
Lumaris, when you finish with your rest, come find me and we'll start with this weird whatever. Anyways, I'm going to go find the cards. Yaman, you coming? Let's go find some playing cards.
I kind of want to keep trying to read this book, but I don't want to get caught reading this book.
I need to
Yaman,
remember to
are you
use my
going to help me
psionics
look for
more.
the cards?
Woman, why are you waking me up?
I'd be very interested
Oh, I'm
also to
sorry, I didn't mean
see.
to wake you.
That's
I'd be very
fine. Come here, we'll cuddle.
Oh
Quick, go
damn!
join them.
Lumaris is like, oh damn, flipping Gridor in a lane. I didn't realize that did something happen while I was away? Like I lean over to like
Gridor
I
just
leaned over
doesn't know
to
how to
Robin.
keep
I
it in
was
his
like,
pants.
I mean, in fairness, given what we saw earlier when he was emerging from the pond, that would be hard to keep in the pants. You know what I mean? Like, damn.
Oh God, we're in a library. Can you please stop? Oh my God. This is
We're
a
whispering.
The
We're
library is
whispering.
the one room down here. This is like a
yes, a
A
giant
room.
open area. Yes, uh-huh.
Me and Vauban are
Jesus
conversing
Christ, what was
privately.
that?
We're whispering. You can't hear us.
That would be the 8-year-old chunking one of the dog's dishes across the room.
I was like, yo, someone's kitchen exploded. Like,
Oh, trust me, it's scared the shit out of my combat riddled ass. I jump.
But yeah, Lannister's away.
Anyways, Lumaris, while we're both here, teach me to do some cool shit.
Well, I'm gonna kind of be in and out of character with this. I'll be very interested to see.
I'm terribly sorry about that. I got a phone call.
It's all good.
Oh, you're all right, man.
All right.
But I mean, so Vauban, the way that my psionics manifest is again, this is gonna have to be kind of in and out of character. One of my abilities in particular is augmented. And it's kind of based off of that most everything else comes from. So if you're within 30 feet of me and making saving throws, let me know, because I straight up got your back.
Nice.
For real.
I think I actually yeah. No, go ahead. Sorry, I thought that was the thing.
But kind of, oh, they're coming back.
I want to step over and just kind of ask: does anyone like study or understand Arcana stuff? Like,
I'm familiar a little bit.
I think
okay. I want to.
I would think the closest one would be Lannister or Lumaris.
Arcana? No. That would be
Okay, no. So yeah, that's basically no one in the group.
So you remember what I did to like help them with the spiders? I want to learn how to focus that to really use that to my advantage. I thought it was just a curse, but like then about a year ago I could kind of start to control it a little bit. And I'm very interested in like learning to make that better.
Also, Striker and Max missed it.
Yeah, sorry, Max. I'm back now. I got a phone call. I apologize.
Gridor and Elaine are cuddled up asleep.
Oh,
I turn
I
around.
leaned
stabbed
over
them.
to I leaned over to Vauban. I was like, "Did something happen while I was away?"
anyways.
Did that happen? Yes. Anyways, go ahead.
I was about to say, just to answer your question, Smug. I'm have some proficiency in Arcana. Out of character, I let her have the skill proficiency, but
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you can teach me like anytime, maybe in the coming days, like how to start making my stuff better, that would be really good. I know I'm still kind of new here, but
no, my magic is it tends to be a bit more. I kind of wave my hand over, towards the tree and cause a couple of the buds to bloom. It tends to be a bit more, naturey.
yes, and mine is more of I wave over the same buds they just burn.
You attempt to interact with the tree, nothing happens.
Really? Oh.
Well, you see Lumaris' hand kind of hanging in the air. It's like little look of confusion coming across his
I'm
face.
just kind of like, oh yeah, okay, so alchemy, got it. Okay.
I wish.
Well, I just.
Max, I wish to attempt to try and inspect the barrier that's attempting me from crossing this line.
Yeah, just at the precipice of the circle, you can't enter. You just you see your sort of from your clothes or some tattered apparel.
I'm gonna go back to the
circle and enter, but you just find that you can't push into it.
Yaman, try the ring.
Is there just does it feel like there's a wall there where I can lean up against it, or I just can't?
You could do push-ups on this thing.
I wish to lean against this invisible wall.
Sure. You just see like 0G Michael Jackson just with his back to it, just leaning against the air.
Oh, well, that's.
I kind of wave my hand in front of like where I just see like bodies.
You move your hand into the circle, and you see your flesh begin to boil.
Okay, I mean.
Maybe Lannister. Maybe you shouldn't do that.
Yes.
I appear to not be able to pass this point. I don't know why.
What the hell is wrong with this circle?
I really must ask Asriel about this. This is very
Let's-
interesting. I've never encountered something like this before.
Hmm.
Some kind of protection. thing.
I kind of. Sorry. Go for it.
Solus.
I have a theory. But
Sort of wiggles out of your hood. Lannister this entire time has had this sort of growth on his back that I think everybody has just begun to acknowledge as soulless.
yeah.
Just wrapping around him like a sling backpack that just goes around one shoulder and around the other.
Can I make an intelligence check? Or an
Yeah.
arcana check or something along the lines to see if this if I know anything, because I have no idea, but if there be some way for someone to make a spell of a zone that protects against evil.
Sure. Give me a Arcana check. The more apparent thing for you is there are just some barriers that stop people that are like you from entering places and zones. Most of them are temples. Some of them are banks.
What do you mean?
Some of
Like
them.
me, I am an upholding person of
Now this
society.
is just direct information for you, Sam. Nobody else
Yeah.
gets this. But you understand maybe the possibility to just, especially with an Arcana of 7.
Mm-hmm.
Can't recall any spells, but there are other things that you maybe not have encountered, but have just,
Heard of.
people like you don't have a good rap, and it's not because you stab people.
Don't like this. This barrier, it's... Don't like
You
it
have-
at all.
You do have one idea, but
Hmm.
considering there are people around you, you sort of shrug that off.
Yes. It's...
Well, for now, let's just go get some rest. It looks like everybody here, well, whoever left is awake, might fall asleep soon. So,
yes.
Just imagine the interaction between Gridor and Elaine is Gridor is just laying on the ground snoring. Elaine comes over, just sort of looks down, just deadpan, sits down, and then leans against Gridor. Like, you're warm.
Oh, no, it was a whole long thing. It was like, why are you waking me up, woman? She said, oh, I'm sorry. And I went, oh, okay, well, fuck it, let's cuddle. Ah!
Could I make a check to try and find some playing cards?
The Steel Fists are chronic womanizers. it's like very clearly a habit.
Jesus.
Also, might just like to cuddle with people. They're just open to bodily connection between others. Some people just don't have that.
You can get some
like
some,
me.
some guidance
hiding
to your
behind.
search there, just see for your playing cards.
I'm just saying, go lay down. If I give them to you, just go lay down.
And that's a guidance for what?
It's for if Juicy wants to go look for some playing cards that he's been trying to find for a while.
Sure. Do you
Tarot cards.
endeavor to look for playing cards? So, just see. Sam.
Yes?
Lumeris
Boy,
is
that was
giving
just a
you guidance
really good drink of tea.
Oh
for
boy.
playing cards. That is an interest you've expressed?
Yes, I wish to attempt to. What do I need to roll to try and find a deck of playing cards?
The investigation, you'd have to be somewhere where you think they might be.
They also,
I would have to bet, if anything, the best chance is over here.
Alright, give me investigation. Plus 2.
Investigation. And then that's a plus, that's
You find a deck of
12.
cards.
Oh.
They are ominous.
There's
No.
naked ladies on them.
No.
I wish to look at the cards, but not pull, but not draw any of them.
They're in a deck. In a sleeve.
Oh, Yaman, you found the cards.
Yes, one second. I wish to take them over to Lannister.
Well,
And say,
what is it?
Lannister, would you happen to be able to cast detect magic?
Where are you taking the cards?
can I see what he's trying to get me to stack it
He's
on.
holding a deck of cards that just scream bad things.
Bad
Oh, it
vibes.
must be tarot cards that only draw the worst ones. I've seen this.
What do I see on the very first, like on the front of this deck?
All right, give me a minute.
I'm scared of what we found.
So you immediately identify just through the gap that allows you to view the cards that they're made of ivory.
Oh.
It's a set of 22 cards, and they seem like normal cards, but are ominous as hell. Like it's like you're looking at like a box or a vase, and you just know the history associated with whatever this is bad. Just a gut feeling.
There's only 22 of them.
I'm gonna use
What
detect
is the
magic to see
problem?
if this actually.
The amount of magic coming off of this deck of cards is obscene.
I
like-
relay that.
Anybody who made these
Sit in the chair.
would have had to be insane
You wanna be
to pour
out
that
here?
amount of energy
Sit
into
in
a deck of cards. It has more energy, magic energy, than the deck of cards Azrael gave you at the beginning of this journey, the Terrets.
Oh, the Derek. Oh wow.
I'm
Then,
going to ask a question, Max.
Mhm.
You can gladly say no, I can't roll this, and I will disregard this thought. Can I roll to see if would I know about the deck of many things?
You can give me an Arcana check.
That's what I thought. This is gonna 3 shit.
I you don't think it is,
No, that's a nat
but it could be.
I say.
Did I happen to
And where did you
recognize anything?
find this?
Give me an Arcana.
He rolled
Me?
a
Damaris.
16.
Yes, this will be vague, and you are accessing a memory, so feel free to do whatever shenanigans you deem correct for memory accessing. You get bad vibes from this deck of cards. You kind of want to burn them, but fear what will emerge once you do.
I'm confused. They're not. I don't know what use they could have. They're
Not-
clearly not,
in
playing
like
cards.
a summoning effect, but like
Yeah.
it's like setting fire to like mystery like drums of metal. Like you just find like them in the forest. They're yellow. You set fire to them. What's gonna happen? Sort of
Draw
thing.
one.
I'm not.
No, I don't. That's a very terrible idea, Vauban. If I'm going to be honest, because they're clearly magical of some kind.
Look,
Because
we all
who
know-
makes a deck with less than 62 cards?
I didn't
I
know
mean,
that
we
was
all
that
know
bad.
not-
that.
The
We all know
I mean,
that Azrael is a man of powerful magic, and we are staying in his abode.
Yes.
Are they talking
Let us-
loudly?
No, you guys are out.
Let us maybe let's put this back. I
I agree. This.
let's,
I was
let's-
just
let's
looking
set
for
those
normal
back.
playing cards, not this.
I'll help you. I'll help you. Look, I kind of turn to make sure that everyone's who's awake is kind of hearing it. Is like I mean we're in theory safe. I'm still not feeling very safe based off of what Smog was saying earlier, and just everything about the last several hours for me. So I will be spending a few hours on watch. I'd take a standard first watch. If anyone wants to take second watch, fine. If not, it's like I said, we probably don't need it. But
Yes.
but anyway, I am.
I'm hoping to find some normal playing cards so we have something to do on long journeys.
Sure.
These are definitely not that.
Lumaris
don't-
is just kind of like
I
funny, like
wa-
kind of.
I want to draw one. Some feeling is wanting me to draw it.
I agree.
But,
You should draw one.
But I realize that's a very dumb idea.
Yes, let's put the deck back.
Yes, I will go and
Robin,
put
you
the
are not
deck.
allowed within 15 feet of the deck.
I wish to go and
I
put
never
the
said
deck
I
back.
wanted to draw one.
The risk assessment.
Um.
I wanted someone
They are
else to draw it.
evil-seeming cards. I'm gonna
Um,
randomly draw one.
Yeah, give
Yeah.
me another investigation check.
Okay.
This guidance still up.
I can give him a new one.
Sure.
As he
19.
On your search, you find a chest very close to where you found this deck. You open it, and there's probably 32 decks identical to the one that you're holding. You close the chest. However, close by, you do find a normal deck of cards.
Oh,
I wish to wave over Lumerus and Lannister.
Sure.
did you find something? More
I
cards,
wish to pick
maybe?
up the normal deck of cards and pocket that. And then I wish to say, Lumerus, come here.
Yes.
I found more cards.
I mean,
Look,
like
and I open the chest.
Yep, it's just 32 sets of identical to what he brought to you. You open it, and much like Einstein peering at the first nuclear bomb in history, you do desire for that chest to be closed, this knowledge to be forgotten, because
Lumerus
if-
full on
if-
just like thorn whips it closed, like
Yes.
just
or if you just get the sense for if the result of those cards is drawn in full, it matters not the objective of your current goal, but that whatever goal anyone pursues in the future will be pursuing it with sticks and stones and maybe little bits of meat.
No. Now, Lumerus, I had a thought.
yes.
This is a very stupid decision, but it's a thought. We could use a deck of these to our advantage.
As much as it pains me to openly admit
That you were
the
right.
the thought had crossed my mind that, every once in a while, a little chaos can be helpful.
No, what I'm
However-
specifically talking about is
You find
If one
yourself
of it
saying
gets-
that as if you were told it by someone in a lecturing way, but I find that very interesting.
now what I'm thinking is, if one of us could get really good at dealing with cards, and we're able to disguise these in a normal deck of cards, we could use that to advantage. But I don't think we should, because the chances of that messing up are quite high.
Yaman, how good are you at shuffling?
Also, here's
Shuffling?
my other concern. Present, paranoia aside, Azrael so far has been a kind and gracious host. The occasional, I don't think we should, pocket a powerful magical item. I don't think that would go unnoticed.
Yes.
First off, we will
Um,
not be stealing anything from Azrael. He has shown us nothing but great hospitality, and we shall
Okay,
do nothing but
um,
the same.
Counter question,
What?
Lannister. Could I take this normal set of playing cards?
Unless Azrael says otherwise, no.
Dude, those
Okay,
are like,
I will. We
those
will
are like
play with
3
him now,
copper
and
at the
next time we see him,
shop.
I shall ask him.
Yeah,
You
but
just
hold on
see
to this.
Lumer-
I want to play
You
poker.
just see Lumerus kind of give just a little very as subtle as he can, just like a half little smirk when the question of whether or not the normal playing cards will be taken.
You do notice that the normal playing cards are in what appears to be a white leather of some kind, natural, in sort of strange, like an albino, almost like a crocodile. And upon further inspection, sort of drawing them, each one is a standard sort of set of, what was it, Sam?
It's I believe standard playing cards are 62.
62. But
believe-
instead of like the artistic renditions of like Jester, King, Queen, it's just Azrael wearing different hats. So like for Jester, he's wearing a Jester hat, and for Queen, he's wearing sort of a small tiara, and
No,
for King,
it's
he's got
a-
this huge like.
Wait, this is him on the playing
It's
card?
Azrael, yeah.
I'm
Sort
gonna-
of resting
I'm
on
gonna-
a throne, really like exuberantly.
I slam my
um,
hand on the table and I'm like, you Maris, you must play poker with us with these. These are hilarious.
Oh, I do
Yes.
agree.
And they are gold. They
Alright.
they come in a set of how many colors is a normal deck? It's just black and red,
Black
right?
and white. Or
Yeah.
black and red.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's-
so
it's black
it is
and red,
it is
yeah.
a gold and a silver.
and it's 52
The
cards.
silver
not
cards are
62.
That could be fun. Um,
Come on,
never
join
mind. I
us for
don't
some
think we should
poker.
take
Like-
them,
like-
but I think
like
playing
I
poker
said,
with these could be quite fun.
like I said, I'll be up for a little bit. If you guys aren't feeling, so tired, then
I'll take first watch with you. None.
Oh, I will
Okay,
also join you.
No, why not? Then.
I will be staying up, but I will keep you guys company. Don't know if I'm good for playing
Yeah.
cards, but I will surely keep you all company.
Three's a crowd, but four's a party. Let's do it.
Why not? I wish to set up a little area to be able to play poker with.
You find an open space. A low-hanging... There's a low-hanging root that does look like on a few occasions it has been used as a table, just because of how it's sort of cocked and sort of enters the ground. And you set up there.
Okay.
We will sort of fade to miscellaneous screening
We're just playing cards.
as we begin the rest. Can I have just flat charisma from everybody who's played cards?
Oh wait, actually,
Yeah.
Before we lose this, what was the result of Gridor's Arcana check?
Oh, fuck. It was that the result of Gridor's Arcana check. I think I did say that whatever magic is being used in this circle is
Yeah,
eldritch.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's deep. It's old.
Oh, okay, yeah, you did say that.
It's
I don't
almost,
suppose. I don't suppose I could slide that into a deception roll, could I?
sure. Yeah, whatever side
Wait,
it is,
is
that's
it-
not charisma.
Is it charisma save or
Lannister
charisma
wants
roll?
to.
I would assume deception would have something to do with cards.
We'll do everybody. I'll mark in the chat just a flat sort of string of ones. Everything below this is poker deception checks.
Okay. Let's do this. 16. Ooh. Oh my, 22.
Woo!
Oh, 17.
Lumaris!
Oh
Wait, you
no.
rolled a 2.
No,
You see at one point, Kui just sort of gets she just gets frustrated with her hand, and in Draconic, which none of you speak, she says just something just guttural and very quick. Probably
This is
you'll
a-
identify that as a curse. Oh,
I just
sorry, Kai.
realized that.
She doesn't
realized-
She doesn't do very well.
I just realized that this is a game of poker where all 4 people are trying to cheat at the same time.
It's all about your poker face, is what the deception.
Yeah,
is.
that's the whole
Yeah.
point of poker. It's very luck and also faking out the other person.
Yes, Kui becomes
Fair enough.
very frustrated. Just see you an error of your cat form. Whenever your hand is good, your opponents find that your tail sort of flicks, sort of back and forth. Vaughn and Lannister, even though you can't read Lumaris, but you do each other. You are battling each other to try to just find cracks in each other's defenses.
I'm gonna wink at him.
Lannister decides to play. I see. You can't seem to find it, and in your distraction with Lumaris' 22, he uses both of your uncertainty against you and wins the game.
Damn it!
I don't know what the bets were, but Kui folds pretty much immediately, just sort of storming off,
This, I thought you were able to
cursing
see
to
his
herself
card.
in Draconic.
I'm just
Wait,
kidding.
what was that, Lannister? A cheater!
What was that?
No, nobody would cheat. We're not in a game of poker.
I was gonna DM Max like, yo, get soulless.
This
You
big
imagine
ass
the cleric-
axolotl
Oh,
creature.
yeah, let's be honest, it's always the cleric that cheats.
It's like
They got
it's
divine.
like Solus tried
Understand.
to sneak under the table but was intercepted by Lolme under there.
Yes.
Just like
You just see like a confetti noodle just spiraling into the air. You just see like an abrupt sort of bump, and then like Solus just wriggling and whipping out from under the table like a whip, and just flying into the air with just Lomi just plastered on Solus's face.
Now, who wants to
like
play
a fucking like
blackjack?
pancake.
I'd be down.
I think I will thank you for the game, gentlemen.
Oh, come on,
we'll take-
Lumaris. One game, you could do better than that.
Yeah, sure.
I've got. A
I
lot
guess
on
he
my
is on watch, so.
I'm going to.
Oh, we're
I'm
all
going
on
to go
watch. We're listening.
Sit by the entrance there. Also, I go ahead and I also just cast Goodberry and just dump the handful on the table and be like, if anyone's hungry. There you
This
go.
is my bet.
Um, we're playing for good berries.
I'm
So,
starved
my.
after stepping into that weird circle.
It should feel great. But yes.
but
How
yeah,
much time has
I kind of go
passed?
off to sit in the doorway. I have some
Um,
kind of contemplation that I want to do.
yes. A long rest is
All right.
what?
Oh.
3 hours?
So wait for a
An
long
hour?
rest.
Long rest is an hour and a half or an hour, right?
Wait, a long rest?
What is a long rest? Numeris, you know what
Caleb?
Siren, you know what a long rest is?
Boy.
I'm the dungeon master. I'm supposed to know this.
So, technically, I think, um,
I'll just check online.
well, yeah, well, I'm pulling up the rules. It's like, it's 8 hours of downtime essentially, um,
Yeah, 8 hours. Okay.
where you can do light activity. I think technically you can do light activity for what it says no more than 2 hours. So technically you would have to have like 4 watches, but so far we have only done 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can I wake up to join the watch now? It's because I wasn't really damaged. I only had the 2
Oh.
hit point damage from the forge.
Sure.
Okay.
I would also like to try and glean what I perceive the weather to be like in the next 24 hours with my druidcraft.
You know right away the reading you're going to get back from that is a little strange. Is it immediate weather around you, or just your position geographically?
Predicts what the weather will be at your location for the next 24 hours.
Sunny with a chance of twilight.
I want sunny with a chance of twilight. I want to. I look up and
Which
see.
basically means clear skies.
Is Lumeris walking over to the entrance after 3 hours of playing cards, or
No,
They played cards for like an hour and a half.
okay? So he's already been
I
over.
went over.
It was a long
I'm
poker
essentially-
game.
So I kind of I want to wake up and like he's kind of the first person I see, and I just kind of let myself go into like the fog and like kind of reappear next to him, kind of like crouching down, like the smoke just kind of like evolves itself.
Should
and
I
I
make a
just-
perception to try and see
Oh, you
him?
smell him before he gets to you. But I
Oh.
think you can be as polite as you want with him attempting to be spooky cool.
I'm not
Yeah.
being I'm not. I'm just kind of
I'll
like
just let him materialize.
yeah. I'm just like. Has anything been going on?
So-
Is anything a must?
So while after playing poker, Lannister is going to not going to sleep, but he's going to situate himself at the end of the table, and just go into a trance. For yeah, I would tell everybody that I will be resting in a way. I will be at the end of the table. If anyone needs me, I will be conscious. But yes, I will be just on my own thoughts. Yes. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing.
And while Lannister does this, I'm going to start shuffling the cards and hold a couple out to Yaman and say, "Let's play Go Fish." Not enough
Right,
for
why not?
blackjack, but two's a party.
Yes.
I kind of turn to Smog and I'm like, well, I've just been trying to keep an eye on things. Paying much attention. Lumeris isn't trying particularly hard to hide his like active stress and irritation, like not at anyone, but just like in general. Like you catch his ear twitching occasionally.
Like a
Also
mom
go
that's been up for 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, like during the night. Yeah, no sleep, Lumeris.
I want to. I want to ask about when y'all went off earlier. What did you find out? What were y'all going to do?
Well, the grove that we're in appears to actually be underground.
Underground? It doesn't look underground.
I know.
Yes.
Also, would I have kind of had the effects of a short rest by now?
Yep.
Okay, good to know. Um, if I I kind of gesture just out to the sky. I say, if I were to fly you out, and if you could exit, um, then you would see that we're in a large cave that appears to be under the surface of. We are in the Feywild, but we are in a tremendous cave, miles big.
A cave? I didn't see a cave when I came here. I simply I got a lead that there was a town here that maybe had someone with answers, and I was to enter through this like log. It was a very like um massive tree log that had fallen down with a like huge like knot in it. And I entered through and came through, and there was some bushes on the other side, and then I was here. I,
The
did you see like any of that? I could probably maybe show you where I got in.
um, we could perhaps check that out probably in the once we have more people awake, just so people know where we're going. But the Feywild, it's tricky. Fey crossings change. Some of many of them at least. Sometimes Fey will bring people here because Fey are mischievous creatures, for good or evil. Um, Certain times in the day in the material plane, are closer um, to this plane than others. It's you know the it really is what I said earlier. Is this is a plane of raw, you know, magic, just manifested in a kind of it's a fairly familiar translation for people from the material plane, but whereas something like an elemental plane might be a lot different of an experience for us, but um, in many ways, um, the Feywild is a mirror of the material plane, as it might be, with a lot less civilization and a lot more of the magic of the weave.
Okay.
Um, so I say all that to say that um,
But who would want to make a replica of this place within that place?
well, to be honest, Smug, that's a question I've been trying to mull over because you see groves, um, from a druidic perspective, groves are made for sanctuary. It's an area of protection and seclusion, um, and so we are properly in a it's at least a form of a druidic grove spell, but it is a powerful one.
So
Um,
the question I guess is the caster just wanting a safe life, or are they on the
well, I
run from
mean,
something?
there are Conra out there that prefer not to be interacted with civilization. I mean, from my own interactions here, there's a lot of you can have a civilization of people and coexist with I kind of just gesture to coexist with the natural world and things around you, but the material plane doesn't always strike such a good balance. And druid groves, not only are they a way of hiding, but also a way of protecting. Um,
Okay.
and so Uh, so, like I said, there are druidic Conra, druidic groups out there who, you know, they stay hidden uh, from the eyes of civilization, but they maintain kind of the areas that they live in. You'll find all sorts of, I know I'm kind of attuned to the astral things of you know nature, but you'll find druids who interact with the moon, who tap into actually the elemental planes, and also just into the areas that they study in as well. So
Okay. Yeah, all of this is, I mean, completely new to me. I don't even, I'll be honest, like a lot of my family really didn't believe in any kind of magic and arcana and stuff like that. It's only when I became accursed that I even understood what that kind of stuff is. So,
well, I I lament the hardship that I'm sure that has fallen upon you, because I'm growing up is hard for a lot of people, and that's a sad thing to go through. I hope that, you know, barring the trepidation we have at someone appearing behind our benefactor and kind of holding him hostage for a moment. I
I
hope you'll find
again, I
that.
had to apologize. It's
No,
kind
I.
of being on your own for the last 6 years. You kind of only get into a rhythm, and that's the easiest way to get information mostly. But
No,
I will say in this last few days or day, I don't even know. I can't tell how many days we've been here. I have no idea. But
It's been probably I want to see maybe 9, 11 hours.
yeah, so it's in the last
I,
11 to
as
12
someone yeah,
hours. Yeah.
someone I try and I kind of help frame of reference that for him a little bit, being a bit more familiar
Yeah.
with the way that
Okay.
that sort of operates. But
Wow.
um,
So in the last probably 12 hours has been more non-violent interaction with people than I've had in the last 4 to 5 years. So I guess thank you. I don't know. Yeah. Um.
uh, I
Sometimes it's nice to be around a group of people and not have to worry about trying to kill one of them.
well, assuming you are going to sign onto the contract with the rest of us for what we're doing.
Yeah, I already. Yeah, we
Uh,
had to. I already had to do that. So the
uh,
guy that I held hostage didn't eat my face. I don't know what he was doing. I'll be honest. He's kind of creepy.
he is a unique. You see, kind of Lumeris takes a pause. He is a true enigma of a being. I don't know if you've gathered this from our interactions thus far, Smog. I don't know if I would really. I don't know if I can really call it a curse, but it's how it feels right now. Is my present curse is I lack a lot of my memory, and I have, since joining this group, been reaching for scraps wherever I can get them. And earlier, had an experience with Lannister that just it I don't know. We tried through, I guess, his divinity, um, to to help with my memory, and not only did it not work,
It's a
I
big room.
also
Sorry, I'm talking to somebody.
no, you're good. Not only did it not work, I saw something out in the forest that, I suppose it did work in that whatever I saw in the forest gave me nightmare of a memory to work with, and I kind of remember that I have the little like bird skeleton hanging on my necklace. And I found this in my hand after a rather traumatizing memory that reemerged. But anyway, I say all that to say that you're among good company. You're among people who we've got several. We're an odd group, us.
You can say that
but-
again.
Yeah, but I want to take the moment. I kind of extend my hand, knowing full well. I say, welcome to the group.
I kind of like knowing I would hurt you. I stand up and I really appreciate it, and I definitely
In
Like-
fact, I make a point to extend my metal hand.
your metal hand, and then you like extend your real hand, and then like look at it, and then like quickly pull it back, and then extend the other hand, and so I shake your metal hand, and say yeah, I appreciate it. Go get some rest. I can kind of take your spot in the watch, and then I'm gonna head over there to see what the people at the table are doing with the cards.
Yeah, you can see Vobin and just see playing Go Fish. With these
So I heard there
ridiculous
was
cards.
I heard there was talk of blackjack or poker or something.
We're
Kinda
playing Go Fish right now.
Oh, okay. That's a little more, I guess, PG of a card game, but fill me in.
Well, Varbin, all right. I'll deal him in. Varbin was one that suggested it.
A cursed, a murderer, and a man are playing Go Fish in a cave.
Wait, no, I have an idea. Max, can I make an intelligence check if I would ever heard of this weird game called Uno?
Oh no! Oh,
Give me a history check.
History, all right.
Uno, hold on. Uno was called something originally. Hold on.
We can play Rummy.
13.
13. You are
Oh,
aware of a game
no.
known as DOS.
The
How about after this we play a game called Dose?
Yaman, have you
Yeah, how
heard
do
of
you
Crazy
Play
Eights?
those.
To win, you have to have the only two remaining cards in your deck. It's Go Fish, but you can only win if the last two cards in your deck are the silver and gold respective duplicates.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Oh,
everybody, hand in the cards. Let me shuffle, so I can be
All
sure
right.
Yaman
Spanish.
doesn't cheat.
Since
No,
Spanish
no,
doesn't
no.
exist in Mindune, it's like Elvish.
Can I wish to say no? I will deal him.
No, that's not happening.
Can I get an insight check from both of you?
All right, insight,
And a deception from Sam.
insight.
I gotta let this happen if you can pull it up.
No, just
Alright,
barely.
Beat an
Oh,
11,
no, wait, no,
Sam,
that
with
was
a deception.
smug.
That's
Aw,
an
I still
insight,
failed.
and then a deception.
No, not an insight from you. I just needed a deception from you. Since
Oh,
you're
that's an
yeah,
18.
okay, yeah. So you don't see any reason why you shouldn't let Jesse do it. Like, he's
Alright.
a cat man. Look at his fuzzy little face.
I wish to
Big,
roll
big,
sleight of hand.
Sort of doughy eyes. Trustworthy. Trustworthy boy.
Wait.
You
Can
have
I-
to
can I-
restrain from giving him stitches.
Can I charisma-size him to not cheat?
You don't know. You fail your insight. You see no problem.
Yeah,
Not
but he's
rolling
rolling
sleight
sleight
of
of
hand.
hand. I'm gonna
Consequences.
tell him to not cheat.
Oh my god. I
There has
just
to be
had a
consequences for
terrible
failing.
idea.
And then,
Sorry.
okay, no. And with my sleight of hand, I wish to deal the cards in Vobin's favor.
With a slight.
Wow.
Okay, so what's everyone's passive perception?
Passive perception is your perception without the modifier.
So it's at the very bottom of your character sheet.
Yeah, it's very bottom.
Oh, am I rolling perception as well?
No,
No,
I
you're
need
just
your passive
rolling
perception.
passive.
Oh,
That
passive?
has to be
I
higher
don't
than
even.
15.
I don't
So
even.
on your character
know.
sheet, at the end of all of your skills, there'll be a big thing called passive perception.
Mine's a 19.
I've got
Okay.
14.
Yeah,
okay,
you saw
so Smog, you immediately know that he is dealing weird.
And I kind of like.
But
I know this. I know the game behind it, so I just allow it anyway. I'm
Okay,
just
yeah.
like.
The weirdest part is that he's not
catch
dealing
it.
himself weird. He's dealing
Yeah,
Bobbin weird, and Bobbin only.
I
And
look,
the funniest
look
part
up,
is that
I
my
look up
passive
and catch
perception
his,
is one below his sleight of hand, so I have no
Yeah.
idea what's going on.
Amazing.
So
He's laser too.
I look up and like catch like as he's shuffling, like catch his eyes and just kind of like grin at him a little bit and almost like half wink.
I'll just be like,
He's like, damn it.
Alright. This is not a charisma based game. This is just a game.
luck, basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna just have everybody roll me a d20. Highest wins.
Alright, okay.
Bobbin, you roll us an advantage.
I was about to say, yeah.
11.
Okay, so 11, Smock.
I'm
D20.
trying to let him
Ooh.
win.
Okay,
I
so
wanna let him
you-
win, so I'm gonna roll a disadvantage.
Okay, so that's not how you do that. It's
Oh, okay,
it's
never
it's slash roll 2 d20, not you, Smock.
Oh,
What you're doing
that's
is
right.
Bobbin,
Okay.
because it's just gonna always roll you 2. Which is not how you win this.
It's D22.
So what are you trying to do, Smock?
I'm rolling at disadvantage because I want him to win.
Okay, so you rolled a 2.
Did 2.
Okay, so just do slash, Bobbin, slash,
There we go.
roll. Yeah. So you rolled an 11, which ties with Jesse. You somehow both, whether it's through one of you forgetting and not remembering who had their 2 first, but somehow you and Jesse come out with the same. Like you have the
The
gold and
same
silver 2
card.
diamonds. Jesse has the gold and silver 3 of hearts.
No,
It's
it's
weird.
the same ones.
How does this
How
happen?
did you get 4 of these cards?
Is this deck weird?
I immediately
I mean-
say, like, I know you were cheating, dealing, but how did you do that? How did you make
Wait, he was
2
what?
cards? Wait, oh,
What?
Yeah, but
I
you
would
did
never
cheat.
cheat. If
While
I
this
was
is
gonna
still
cheat,
happening,
I would clearly have won.
You do see Kui just go over to where Gredor and Elaine are. Kui just sort of walks up to a sleeping Elaine, just sort of stares, and under her breath, you swear she says, "Fluffy puppy," and just sort of curls up in the lap of Elaine.
He got what he wanted.
Yes.
Alright, so we're gonna play another game. I'll shuffle.
Alright.
While you play your games and
This-
you nap, you see that Yupna sort of sticks close to you, Lannister. Not really talking, but just sort of hanging out in the vicinity, going through the beans and seeds that she carries with her. You see that she crafts these small sort of mud, dirt sort of balls with something in them, and she wraps a sort of a yellow ribbon around one, a green ribbon around one, a red ribbon around one, and begins to pile those into a sack.
Huh.
Say that last part. Just a sec.
Yeah, she piles them into a sort of a netted sort of sack. It's not like a opaque sort of bag, but like a net that she's turned into something to carry stuff in.
And she's putting like seeds and all like all her stuff in there.
Yeah, she's sort of counting the seeds and making sure everything is prepared.
Smog, I
Alright,
think
no
you're
problem.
burning the
I mean-
cards.
Don't burn the cards.
I'm
Don't burn the
Yeah.
cards!
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, someone else do
Yeah,
this.
the
I'm sorry.
cards
Hey,
start to
get pass
sin.
him here.
I'm just patting it with my cloak.
Lannister is still just hanging out, sitting at the end of the table.
God, Lannister's just staring off the
Wait, yeah, I was about to say, you're in trance, right?
Yep, but
Yeah,
I'm still
he-
conscious.
He's meditating
Well, yeah,
like five
and
feet
so I'm seeing
away
all
from
this
us.
happen like in real time. So I'm like, wow.
Yep.
Just
I was playing with those
stone-faced
cards.
McLaughlin, just, you know.
I'm
Oh my
like you could think of it as I'm judging you silently right now.
But I mean, with the mask, you can't tell.
Yep. Yeah, you can't really
I
tell.
just assume he's
Oh.
always silently judging everyone.
That's a smart assumption.
He's
Anyway,
just got that
as you-
kind of mask.
as those playing cards play and occasionally burn 1 or 2 cards, which begs for the modification of some games that are played with them. You grow bored and tired of of drawing and dealing and drawing and dealing, and choose to find rest wherever that might be. Who's second watch?
Okay.
I think
Oh.
I am.
Okay, so smart. Um,
And I'm
your
taking.
watch
How
is
how how long how long was the first watch?
so it's 8 hours, probably 4 watches for just a full long rest since there's so many of you.
Yeah.
Oh
So that
wait,
was 2 hours
is
then.
Azrael
Yeah.
back?
No, 8 hours. He
No.
said he was going to be gone for 8 hours.
He'll
he left an hour and a half
arrive.
ago.
Oh,
He'll
I
arrive
thought you.
before
I
a
thought
long
you said
rest
it's been
Uh,
8 hours.
if
Okay.
things go well.
So
Yeah,
2 hours.
Um,
2 hours has passed since.
Yeah, so
then,
I'll go back to the entrance and tell
Wait,
Maris
did
he's
did
up.
Lumaris just take watch?
yeah, the Maris was first watch.
Oh damn, just missed him.
Lance are still sitting there menacingly.
Lumer, you'll have noticed that Lumeris kind of went over to like he's leaning up against like he's like right next to, or I don't know if he's technically in the circle. Um, he's like sleeping up against that like tree in the middle.
But Lumaris, before everybody retires, just teach me something basic. Come on,
Uh, uh, um,
teach me how to like bend a fork or something.
um, that's not how my own psionics work. Um, well, let me. I'm quite tired, so I'll be going to sleep. But let me give you something to try and work on. If you're taking watch or whatever, just in general. Um, think to yourself about the kind of. This is going to get a bit weird out of like in and out of character once again. Think about the kind of the 6 different aspects that make up who you are and what you can do. And think about what you might be able to do um, if you could, with the power of your psionics, take one of those aspects of yourself and then augment it. It's for me, it's kind of a visualization of, knowing that I have a power within myself to take my will to a certain degree, um, and externalize it. Um, so, um, just depending on what you might want to do with that will dictate kind of the next steps. But consider that.
Six aspects. Got it.
Off subject, real
I,
quick.
yeah.
Max, did you purposely hide a guy in the trees in this picture and just wait for one of us to notice it?
Okay.
I actually have no idea what you're referencing. I'm terrified now.
This guy.
Someone's
Oh my
watching
God.
us.
There's his head.
Oh, I see his nose and his
There-
mouth.
There's
Where?
his fucking boot right
What?
there.
Where? I can't
Where?
even see it.
I wish to burn down the tree.
I can't even make
That's
that
funny.
figure out.
So there's a mouth and a
Oh
nose.
no, I think that's
And a
just leaves.
mustache.
That's
What
that's
the-
that's just the sky past the trees. I'm sorry, that wasn't on purpose.
Yeah, but
Hey,
if that
how
was
was-
if that was a
what
face,
the
it'd be
hell?
horrifying.
Uh,
Yeah, I think,
I
I think, yo, you're high, bro. You just high.
I'm not that high. Other people are seeing it too. Damn it.
I see.
I
I
don't-
don't see it, bro.
I don't see it, but I love burning stuff, so I'm good.
Can't burn the
out,
trees.
out of character a little bit here, to kind of explain, Vauban, what I'm explaining to you. The feat that is the basis of my psionics. You have to pick, strength, dex, con, intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. And basically you pick. I suppose you could take the feat multiple times to get multiple, like ways of this, but your psionics interact with one of your abilities. And so what Lumeris would be kind of explaining in that way would to me be like, hey, think about, an area where you want to augment, and then we can kind of craft the teaching that Lumeris would attempt to do with what little he knows, to that sort of thing.
Gotcha.
So
Well, whether it
Um,
works or not, I'm still gonna try.
There you go. Lumeris, as you go to this tree and you attempt your sort of small prayer, you find that through some means, you realize that this tree is not connected to her. It's connected to something that's listening to what you're saying, but it's not her. And it doesn't perturb you. It's just different.
for what it's worth, my kind of prayer is this very small. It's just a. I don't know a lot of what's going on, but I'd really appreciate right now a little bit of clarity. And that's kind of really the extent of it.
Yeah. And even through that, you sort of realize that it's not usually that you feel reciprocated. I mean, you do sometimes. Like any person who practices faith, you look for things and you sort of divine, especially most noticeable things. But the way you sort of feel recognized in this prayer is not. It's not something above, something watching, something benevolent, not malevolent, benevolent, or sort of all-knowing, natural, guiding, correcting force. It's a sort of a lower, earthen sort of connection as you sort of palm on this tree.
Oh shit.
You see Smog in the background just does like 3 or 4 backflips.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
one of
figure out-
my eyes are like closing. I just kind of like one of them just kind of like opens a bit more for a second, and it's just like
you just
Alright.
bob it and just see it laughing.
I'm sorry.
Very impressive, very impressive. Barring your companion's shenanigans, it's weird. You feel sort of like something in your gut, or just like the natural sort of grains of your body, for lack of a better word, is connected to whatever is listening, whatever you've heard, and through this you realize, sort of knowing what you know now, was clarity into this tree.
knowing what I know now is clarity.
As just sort of you realizing that this tree is not connected to the Wild Mother. It's something else, something listening, something vaguely appreciative of your even most very very recognizably not towards whatever this entity is, but still appreciative all the same of the words and the feelings and the thoughts and the reliance in this time of confusion, even though it's not misplaced, but you know what I mean. It's not the intended target.
That's not ominous at all.
And oddly enough, it's not. You don't feel in danger, and you have a really good sort of gut sense about stuff.
Yeah,
as has been portrayed in the past. So yeah, you may do with that what you want.
I think just kind of being like, well, yep. Lumeris is just like tired.
Distracts.
Yeah.
And you pass out against the tree in the warmth of whatever sky is above you. Well then, can I have some wisdom checks as you attempt to divine something inner?
Let me get the wisdom. Not insight.
You know what? Make an insight, actually. Sorry, make an insight. Insight, not an advantage.
I can't change the advantage. Just
Well,
take
you
whatever
were- it
the
was-
first one is. Which is 12.
Okay, so you did change the okay. Yeah, so 12. Sort of think deeper into yourself. What defines you past what has recently happened? So nothing that's happened in the Feywild, nothing that's happened in Ziamara, nothing that's happened in the Tomb of Cthulhu or the Journey 2, but sort of at your basest starting origins. The caravan, your hometown. Definitely your journey to Arabi from the Golden Wisp, your like where your parents might be, your thoughts, your feelings regarding that, your hopes and prayers on how your friend is doing, how your wife is doing, your sort of your deep sort of like the love connection between you and your wife, focusing on that, missing her, being concerned for her, worried about her, what was she doing when she disappeared, and vaguely entering an anxious state. And then a robot talked to you. No.
No way!
And then you sort of realize that, for better or worse, something that defines you is your anxiety. At least, even when you were in your caravan, happily jotting along, you worried about where food was coming from. Were the people in the town over going to be nice? Were they going to be accepting? Were they going to be open to travelers? I mean, some people refer to you as like gypsy folk or travelers or good for nothings or just flat out homeless people. Would you be able to secure shelter when the weather is too dangerous for your caravan? Those things are things you worried about, but you weren't alone in that. You worried about it with your wife. You worried about it with your friend. You worried about it with the other people in your caravan. And you sort of find a bit of solace that even though you're traveling with a bunch of, some might call them absolute lunatics, they worry too. And you are part of that worry for them. And you sort of feel a connection there between you and your companions. I'm not just a normal guy anymore. Something very clearly has happened to me, or has happened to me, or I've always been this way, and I've never really been pushed to acknowledge it. Nevertheless, you formed a bond here. That's the second thing you can focus on. Your anxiety and your bond between you and these people. Whether it's a good bond or a bad bond is entirely up for you to decide. But the other four elude you. You're sort of... It's confusing. You sort of look at your rifle, and it's sort of ticking away in its silent sort of clockwork designs, eluding you, and it's just further intricacies. But it's been a useful tool, and you've discovered parts of it. But past that, every time you've been holding it in your arms is a time when you probably wish you were not having to hold it in your arms. Through danger or your companions being erratic, it has found use. So you begin to ponder your rifle as possibly a third, but you feel that finding the other three will either take further self-searching or further experience in the world, away from the routine of your caravan, away from the shelter of this sort of fey garden, somewhere else, somewhere in the world. But through all of this, you don't find any sort of psychic connection. Ways to augment these things is thinking on Lumeris's words, becoming a lot more complicated. How are you to augment your anxiety? What does that mean? How are you to augment your bond with these people? What does that mean? How are you to influence your rifle when you barely understand it? Then you think to other words your companions have said. Emphasis on giving things time, waiting things out, giving things a chance. And so, whether you choose to do those things or not, those seem to be the answers afforded to you right now about whatever is going on with you. At least in your mind. In this anxious state, in this unknown place, in this weird world that you found yourself in. You also realize you're tired as hell and kind of want to nap.
I'm gonna do that.
Alright. Find a cool place to lay down. And you pass out real fast.
And I do that.
So,
the third watch be coming up soon?
Yes. Yeah. Who wants
That's
to
what I
do
Eh,
was going for.
I would be awake now and
it?
fully rested.
Good catch, by the way. You don't sense anything off, Smug.
Cool.
Who's third?
Lannister's
Nothing,
fully awake.
Lannister.
Lannister, yeah, you go sit by the door.
Um, I want to try to use Vayne a little bit more.
Sure.
Not nothing too crazy. They'll practice getting on and off. Move a little bit up, like forward and backwards.
Yep.
As you walk up,
While I'm waiting and looking out and stuff.
Yep. Yubna follows you. She sort of sits by the door
am I
and
still
watches.
there at the door?
Oh, yeah.
Smog, you are real tired.
Okay.
You
I'm
are.
going to. I'm gonna basically like look. I look up to see him walking up to the thing. I kind of stand up, silently nod, and hold out my fist to give him a fist bump, and then just walk past and go back and sleep.
Was he trying to give me a fist bump?
Yeah,
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 he's by the door that you're sort of leaving.
yeah.
Oh.
Because you're taking my watch.
Okay. I'll fist bump him back and say,
It wasn't Valen's watch. I just was getting devolved because he had a bit of a thing.
I was gonna say, everything okay?
Yeah, I everything is normal as I could tell.
I'm asking
Uh,
about you, my friend.
Me.
Yes.
Um, I guess I don't really know what to think anymore. I guess I'm happy to be here with everybody, but also I'm very eager to continue, like looking for the stone. I want to. It bothers me so much with my curse that I don't have a choice right now. I want to be able to unlock or acknowledge the ability to have a choice of getting rid of it or fully controlling it. But right now I'm just stuck in the middle, and I don't know. Sometimes it gets to me.
I can identify with you in one way or another. I would not say I was just forced into it. It was a choice. I am guessing, of course, I assume that my companions are not dumb. That you've noticed things about me. Yes.
Yeah, of course. I can
Now,
tell that we probably come from similar-ish backgrounds, but I also know that means I don't ask questions and you don't ask questions. So
it has been quite a short time since I've turned to what I am now, to be quite frank with you. Um, it it is different. It is something very hard to get used to. I am fully not quite sure how to grasp it myself, let alone being able to do what I need to do for the greater good. Um, but my friend, you are in good company. I too feel your blight, and I will share my sympathies with you as well as anything that I can help. This, of course, has to do that we all have to trust each other. Right now, we are, in all cases of the word, at war with the forces of the Black Cultist, people around the world that wants to take over the Assyrian Empire, that wants to take over everything that we stand for. So, it is up to us to finally just end at least one bad thing at a time. So,
I understand. Well, whatever the enemy may be, if you need some sneaky dude killing people in shadows, just let me know. I got your back. I'm gonna.
we do need a lot of that, as Lannister chuckles.
All right. Well,
And
hopefully we don't need it tonight, cause I gotta sleep.
do get some rest. Have a good night.
All right. See you.
And
um,
I
you,
go back to sleep.
yes, Lannister, you step outside. Yovna sort of sits by the door.
yeah, I
Um, and almost immediately she sort of gives you the thumbs up. She's gonna sort of sit and watch. As soon as you turn around and you sort of get your sort of sword sort of summoned and elevated so you can stand on it, you hear sort of the lightest snoring from behind you, and she's out. Like a light. Just
And
leaning
where,
against
like,
the door.
okay, I'll just, I guess I'll see if I could carry her.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah, she's surprisingly light, but not as light as you'd expect.
right. Okay. Um, I'm just gonna carry her. I'm really interested. I'm gonna place her on top of Vayne.
Okay.
She's just floating on top of Vayne, and
Yeah,
Vayne is just floating
yeah.
around. Alright, cool.
She's got an arm up
Alright,
with her head sort of on it,
cool.
laying horizontally on Vayne.
This is like a stretcher. Cool. All right. Go. All right. I'm gonna find the nearest bungalow
Okay.
and place her into the bed and
Alright, yep.
tuck her in. And yeah, I'll once I settle that, I close the door, let her rest. I presume my post, and I will also say my my nightly prayers. Of course, I have not written those yet. But this will go out to Asla in one part, and the other
This prayer
will
goes
be
out to
mostly to the
Asla.
visage. Yeah.
You
bitch. I never shall stop.
funny bit. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, to not die from laughing, I'm going to redirect my mind. So, as soon as you kneel to pray, you feel something, sort of like a motive energy, just erupting from you as your prayer goes out, sort of flying into the sky and what? What is this? Something is strange. You open your eyes,
uh,
and the sky is gone. You look up, and you see a rocky, craggy ceiling, almost completely swathed in darkness. Everything around you is night, almost pitch black.
okay. So okay. Can I stand up?
Yep, you stand up.
I call to Solus.
Ah, no, it's dark now.
You see what I see then.
Mm-hmm. It's a
Fly
night.
up.
Oh, okay. He just levitating motionlessly.
How is it mostly up there?
It is still dark.
Can you see anything from afar?
No.
Well, this
Covers back down. You asked me
Alright.
to do strange things.
Yes, you are my eyes in the skies, Solus.
Oh, I like that. A ring to it. We're good.
Yes, you
Too
are.
bad Lumeris didn't tell Striker what the weather would be.
Is anyone else like awake at this time? Or it's just me.
Honestly, it's just you.
It's just me. Okay, well, I kind of look up at this point, right? I'm just like, well, now I understand what Lumeris was talking about, but now I can't react on it. All right. Well, I will I will maintain this kind of looking around, just up.
As you sort of look around and you look up, you hear sort of almost like from the ground, sort of a deep, sort of a low rumbling, like an engine starting, or some sort of like something building an energy, and then the sky is back.
Like nothing happened.
Like nothing else. Bright as day, except for the patches of night that sort of swath the ground like passing clouds.
Interesting. I guess I won't be able to pinpoint any of where that was happening. So, yes, I will do what I need to do for that time.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Actually, I want to go back into the place where Godor and Elaine are quite
Yeah,
snuggled.
everyone is out. You see Jussi and Vauban just sort of with their sort of the backs, just they're still sitting in the chairs with like the cards on the table, but they're both out, just snoring.
Okay.
Sitting in some chairs they pulled from the library.
I want to approach the center of the room, to the field where everybody was congregating at. where I stuck my hand and my hand started boiling.
You see Lumeris is sort of, again, sort of sleeping.
Mhm. Wait, where is he sleeping relative to the circle?
He's against the tree at the center.
Oh, against the tree. Okay. I kind of want to put not my hand but my finger, my index finger, my left index finger into the circle.
It begins to boil. What hand? Sorry.
My left hand.
What was the original hand you put in?
It would be my right initially.
Alright, your left hand is fine.
My left hand is fine.
Yep.
Okay. I do the same thing, but with my right index finger.
It begins to boil.
How painful is that?
Very.
Okay, I immediately pull that out.
You notice when you pull your finger out, it is covered in ash.
Ooh, okay.
And then beneath that ash is just exposed, sort of like you sort of half scrape the layer of skin, almost.
Yeah. Okay.
A finger spanning paper cut.
Okay. Yep. Kirun.
Yep.
Interesting. So half of me is okay, the other half just boil, eh? It's just how it is. Interesting. Alright. I would just kind of just slowly back away from the circle a bit more and resume my patrol and just see if everyone's sleep tight.
And perception check. Perception.
You want a perception? I'll give you a perception. My babies. My precepts.
Everything seems all cool in the woods, yo.
Alright, all cool. All good. I'm just gonna take the time to feed Solus and hang out with him and take all the time to do that stuff.
Mark has a dream about failing history class. Well, history elder class. I'm not sure how the Lizardman tribes work yet.
God damn it! I wanted to see if I would dream a little bit about what happened to me or like what the witch looked like, but
Yeah.
apparently fucking not.
Nope. You just get childhood anxiety about not remembering what you should.
Huh, bro? No, you can't. You can't feed that to the brother.
Yep.
I don't want to go to school with no pants.
Oh god. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Man, so he just overhears everybody just
No
like
one
talking.
told me the test would be in Druid.
Boobies.
You just hear Kui just sort of whispers, "Jeez, I don't know what it is."
At least one of us stays innocent, even in dreams.
Lannister is not the least bit unnerved that everybody all at once starts sleep talking.
Yeah, like a chorus to
Sanity
welcome
check,
you.
please. Like,
Yeah, sanity check, please.
Do it.
the doors slam closed. The night comes back.
Yeah, the creatures
that
start
track?
manifesting.
Yes. The dreamer has awoken. It was a sleeper has awoken.
Oh, Dreamweaver.
Oh no!
Yeah, your watch passes. Azrael arrives. You see a large sort of in one of the larger trees surrounding the grove.
You need
A
to get all
portal
that shit out of
opens,
her.
Oh,
and you see sauntering through with a bit of an exhaustion to his stride. Azrael,
Yeah,
the golden figure, has
I
arrived back, followed by a procession of individuals.
oh,
It looks like two old folk, a dragonborn, a drow, a goblin, and
okay.
two very familiar statured people. Their equipment is different, but just through their gait and their walk and the way they are talking to each other, and the sound of their voice, you recognize them, Lannister. Azrael sort of bows to you, walks right by you without saying a word to the table where the chair is, sits down in his big chair at the head of the table, and you just see him sort of stretch his legs up on the table, his arms behind his head, and his head just sort of cocked to the side. He is out.
I look to the mass of people. I'm assuming everybody else is still asleep because
Yes, everyone is still asleep.
I-
You do notice there is a sort of squad of 4 Vector carrying something with them.
okay. I just open my arms and say, "Everybody, welcome. I see that Azrael has brought you all here. Please find a place where you can place your belongings down. I will sort everybody through. If you can, my companions are sleeping and they need some rest. So if you could keep the volume down to a low, that'd be great.
You see the Dragonborn sort of lets his like pommeled down his axe just sort of into the ground, sort of resting his hands on the top of it. Who the fuck is you?
My apologies. My name is Lannister Richter.
Nice to fucking meet you, Jace. He sort of extends a hand.
I extend my hand, and and I look over to the two stature that I should be familiar with.
Yeah. They immediately rush towards you. It is Samuel and Lilbeth. Samuel just like bum rushes you into a hug. He is huge. He is a lot taller than you remember him being, and he full on just lifts you off the ground. Lilbeth just sort of raises a hand to her face and chuckles. It's good to see you again, Lannister. Yes.
What did they do to you? How big did you get?
It is muscle, friend. One cannot maintain the peace of the realm on a squalor diet.
Oh, my gosh.
It's
Lilybeth,
good to see you, Lannister. It's been some time.
good to see you both. Hopefully both of you are doing well.
In a tongue you don't understand, the two old folk just sort of look at this, and you see them sort of talking to each other, and they go to sit down underneath a tree nearby.
Of course.
The drow following the Dragonborn just sort of looks at you and gives you this weird, like, wily grin. Her face is fucked up. She is missing an eye and has sort of a cloth around it, but like her like snaggle tooth smile of like chipped teeth and like scarred, fucked up face, and just the smile she gives you is like, hey.
Kind of hot.
She just yeah, pretty much. And like walks away.
I say, greetings.
There is much I need to tell you, friend. Much.
Of course.
So much has happened.
Please, I'd like to the table. Please make yourself comfortable while I take care of other guests.
Who were you describing?
Right now this is Samuel and Lilbeth.
Okay.
Jace was the who the fuck is you sort of attitude guy. Miranda was the one with the smile, which is like the hey smile, and they are.
Okay, so Miranda's the one that's disfigured. Okay.
Yes. Lilbeth and Samuel seem very happy. They talk to you about their journey so far. Just as you're leading them, they seem to be like they have been waiting for 3 years to talk to you and to like share their experiences. And they're just unloading it on you in a clobber of words that sort of go from like respectfully waiting for one another to finish their sentences to just straight up talking over each other.
Okay.
You have their full attention.
I would tell them to find a place to settle themselves, and I'll see when I can get back to them as I try to engage with the other individuals that came along as Agio just passed out, and you know they're kind of in a place
unceremoniously. The squad of Forvectia are carrying what appear to be slabs of blue metal on just a stretcher.
Yes. By whose order is this?
Jan Jarlsgrav at the request of a presumably dead Gredor Steelfist. Apparently.
Okay. That is fine. You could place that
Gredor
over,
lives! He's right over there.
Yes, he is fine and well. Gredor is alive. You could place that, and can they place that in a safe clearing somewhere? I don't know.
They just drop it on the ground and say, yeah, this stuff gives me the heebie-jeebies. I'm out of here, and they walk right back through the portal. It seems a little bit different than Azrael's normal path, like travel through trees, so travel through plants, roasted plants.
Oh, it's still persisting?
It's still persistent.
Oh, okay.
It appears to be golden vines.
Okay. I out of curiosity, I want to stick my head out of the portal.
You hear the sounds of siege.
Of siege, like
siege.
battle.
Yes, of battle. You look around and you see a massive spire, just a hair shorter than the one in Assyria. This is the Dawn Citadel. And
Gone
you
to the
piece together
Nose
they have been under siege since the start of the war.
Oh.
They sit on a river crossing, which allows them to have basically one half of the city under siege, while the other half is just basically fine.
Uh-huh.
It was developed that way due to just to stop undead hordes from crossing the river. Most of it has actually been sanctified against undead. Not the city, the river. Just to have just because if they're gonna funnel the undead somewhere, it might as well be to the city where it can be defended and protected against. You would know that the undead come from the ruins of Helios, which is something we've discussed before. Yeah. Anyways,
Oh. Yeah.
right now you catch like the sight of like rocks flying through the air towards the city. Probably a sign of the Empire's presence.
Okay. I immediately take my head back in. On just I can't be there to help. I can't just leave to go help. So I just kind of grimace and just
You rest easy and assured that the city has been under siege for 20 years.
yeah.
It can stand another day.
Uh, um, I look to the rest who have I not engaged with yet actually.
Would be the two old folk. The Vector passed through the portal.
Yep. Yep.
The portal's still open.
Okay. I can't really do much with the portal, so I can't. I'll go poke. I'll go to Azure and poke him and say, Azure.
Yeah. Yes. Hello. I was resting, friend.
Yes, your portal. It's still there.
Do you wish me to close it?
Is anyone else intending to cross?
I just, it's a little bit of civilization. I don't know. Okay. He snaps his fingers and it closes.
All right.
Does that
Good night.
make you rest more assured?
Yes. Good night, Azure.
Okay. And he just conks out. Like he has like this control over his just sleep. He just is it.
And I'll walk over to the two old individuals.
The Ulve, ULVE. They're the same as Elaine.
Okay.
They're wolffolk.
Well,
You see that they are stringing bows. 2 bows. It doesn't seem that they traveled with them strong.
I see.
They are. The utilitarianness of them is almost beautiful. The lack of regard of any sort of style or finesse, but just the raw power behind these weapons is immense. And it's the wood of which they are built almost has in where the sort of the rings of the wood would be visible, look like little slits of silver, giving the bow an almost gray appearance. They don't pay you much mind as you approach.
I say, welcome. My name is Lannister Richter. Glad to have you here. I don't know if they're still paying me any money.
Yeah. So it appears that one of them is an older-looking male with a large beard-like sort of mass of fur under his chin, while the other is a female who looks almost as beat up as the drow did, but still has her eye.
Right.
The female stands up, sort of gives you sort of a side eye, approaches, and just starts sort of sniffing just around sort of the base of your neck.
Okay. I just stand still and just kind of say, I am not very familiar with these type of formalities.
Halfway through your sentence, she grabs either side of your arms, like by the shoulders, and brings you into a huge bear hug.
Oh,
Umanta Elaine, eh?
say that again.
Umanta Elaine, eh?
Elaine. Yes, Elaine is here. Yes.
Elaine.
Yes.
Upatsa nu.
Actually, I'm gonna cast. What is it? What does that spell? Tongues.
What language is this?
Where is Elaine?
My name is Lannister Richter.
Where is Elaine?
Well, Elaine is, and I point over to the kind of location where she's at. But she's currently sleeping right now. So if you could please let her rest, that would be great. They had a long journey, one would say.
All right.
But you are free to use whatever is on the island. If you need food, the food is
May we help?
may you by you should be able to. Hopefully, you
Alright.
don't get lost.
We will not get lost.
Of course. We will be here. If there's anything that you need, please do let me know.
This way. And you see the sort of the male gets up, and they just go off into the distance.
All right. I
You see that Samuel and Lilbeth are unpacking things, putting up tents.
Oh, they both came through. I walk over to them. To them. I yell at Liana.
No, not Liana, Lilbeth. I said Lilbeth, not Leon.
Oh, I thought I said Liana or
No,
Sammy.
I said not Sam. Sorry,
It's so
it's
confusing.
Samuel and Lilbeth, not
Sam.
Samuel and Liana. You
Okay.
pick names that are so close to established characters. I was kind of mad the first time I rolled your backstory, but I wasn't. We're going for it. You see Samuel and Lilbeth. I will
Okay.
enunciate when I say her name. Pitching tents.
All right. I walk over and say, has it been a long time since a long day?
Oh yes, yes. We traveled from the Golden Wisp to Assyria to the Empire in the north. It was quite the journey. Couldn't really stop to see anything, mind you, but we're here, wherever this is.
Yes. How's everyone else, Libeth? Have you seen Liana and Elron?
Not in some years, no. We haven't been back.
Well, I could tell you for sure that I've been back as of, I guess, recent. Liana's doing fine.
That's good to know. It's good to know. And the other, and she sort of runs by a few of her friends that are there as well. Like just familiar seekers and stuff.
In the short time that I was locked up, yeah.
Yeah, you run by that. Most of them did visit you because you are friends with Liana and Lilbeth, and this is going to be hard. Lilbeth and by proxy you.
Yes.
Those were largely the voices that got you exonerated too. The people who knew you and knew her and knew Samuel and Elrond. They ask you about Elrond and how he's doing, if you've seen him.
I have not heard much of Elrond. No, last time I've heard of him or I've seen him. Wasn't it that time where we were on the
Where you left the Tomb of Athul was the last time you saw him.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's the last time I ever got into contact with him. Maybe I
10
should.
months ago then.
Yes.
I'm sure he's fine. He has a way of surviving.
I don't doubt his abilities. He looked like he has grown quite strong as well.
Samuel sort of chimes in. The runt, I guess, yes. He has a bit of a tenacity to him. I remember.
He tries his best. Don't forget.
Yes.
I'm
You'll
not
have to
sorry.
forgive me if I forget some things. I've been hit over the head a fair few amount of times since I've last seen you, friend.
Have you gotten that checked out?
Relatable.
No. He
Then
sort of
you
says,
probably
walking
should.
down a bedroll.
You
Sure.
probably should. Lilibeth, what do I do with him?
She sort of leans in. I've tried talking to him about it. It seems that every time he goes to get it checked, he gets hit over the head again and forgets he's had it checked. So, there's a bit of a problem there. I'm trying to reason why he gets hit so much, but might be line of work.
Well, hopefully you don't come to that type of scenario here. And I guess Atlantis will clasp his hand and say, there is a reason why I did request that Azrael bring you two here. I do not know if he filled you in or not.
Something about the possibility of general warfare. I wasn't really clued in.
Right. I assume once everybody is awake and acquainted with one another, a meeting will occur. But for you two, just a heads up. Yes, what Azrael is saying, and I will tell them more in depth of what we're trying to do here. Yeah.
They're supportive. Samuel just seems to be not oddly agreeable, but characteristically agreeable of someone who's not just suffered grievous head trauma, but is also just really happy to see you, almost like a golden retriever. just is like just hyped about whatever you have to say and agrees to it, and you can see that he is full heartedly ready for it. Lilbeth seems more concerned. She
My
seems to grasp the gravity of what you're saying, world ending stones,
Mhm.
and the nefarious beings that have plagued you. She says that in her sort of recent deployment to the front from her sort of assigned assignment of Medicare to wounded soldiers, she has seen increasingly disturbing, not creatures, but wounded sort of Helmsrick individuals, prisoners, that she's been sort of tasked to treat, have weird sort of growths of feathers and sort of odd mutations. Um, she
And based off that knowledge, are mutations known like a common for like if there's like a I guess demonic presence or an evil, not a demonic presence, but like
no, this is new.
uh, there's
Even like
no
when the war started and you were there too at the front, you never saw that when they dragged the bodies back. No, the Helmers were just normal people,
right.
which kind of made it really sad. But yeah,
So is this like can this be called like a plague or is it like we don't know?
she thinks it's a plague, but others who sort of worked with her, other sort of seekers from the Crimson Life, a few Golden Robes, and some Order of Ivory also think it might have something to do with the recent demonic attacks in Assyria.
Uh-huh.
That sort of were before this adventure. Sort of rumored that's the reason why most of the nobility in Assyria is dead.
Yeah.
Something like that might have something to do with it. But nevertheless, the conversation develops into more sort of cordial, I've missed you, it's been so long, let's catch
Of
up.
course. Yes,
And
yes.
that's what the remainder of the watch is. Her going, I really gotta go to the bathroom. I will be right back and we will continue, okay?
All right.
Yeah, we got, shit. We might even not even get to the, like, we got some time. I might get us started. I will be back.
Eh,
Now, did I hear him correctly when he
You're all
said?
awake now, by the way.
Okay.
On the week.
Did I hear him correctly when he said a pallet of mithril bars?
I don't know.
I told Azrael I needed a bar of mithril, not 100 bars.
Well, either you
What?
got 1 or 100. Well, you gotta make
Well,
do with
it
what you
might
got.
have been a package deal. He might not have been able to
I
be
think
able to
you
only buy
ever-
one.
You can only buy in bulk.
Yeah.
Have you ever
The
Wholesale.
heard of
minimum
the
order
Wholesale
size is 100
price.
bars.
the
Thank you.
expression of
Go
when it
over to
rains?
the-
No,
Bars?
it's just a conversation Gordor's gonna have to have with his sister. That's who Azrael was supposed to have gone and gotten it from.
Why do you
It
need 100
only
bars?
it only sell in bulk. It's like a minimum order of 100 bars.
I want to go over to Lumaris and be like, who are all these people?
Bro, your
Like,
guess
I
is
don't-
as good
I
as
don't-
mine.
I don't know anyone here. Like, these are all new people now.
Well,
I wish to go
If the
over and
DM is-
join them and be like, I don't recognize any of them.
Oh, when the DM gets back, I'll wake up.
We,
I still I see you guys awake. I don't know. Are you guys outside? Are you guys peering out the the door, being shy,
trying to buy you new shit.
being like, "Who are these people?"
Okay.
Is Numerus being a scaredy bunny?
I'm making it to where you
I
can use
see
this
Numerus'
too.
ears perk up like behind a window. He's trying to hide behind.
I forget. Do you have detect magic like on your mask, Lannister?
No, my mask does not have just auto detect magic.
Gotcha. I'm figuring out my
My
other
mask
spells.
has a built-in flashlight, and
That's kind
um,
of cool.
yeah, my mask could just shine for like endlessly 40 feet of bright light. And I just have a +2 to my wisdom, increasing it to a maximum of 22. That's what my mask does.
Gotcha.
I am now playing D&D while I'm shining boots. Fantastic. This is why I hate the black boots. Brown boots, you don't have to do this shit.
Yes. Numerous.
Doodle-doo.
Really? Hey, doesn't hurt to ask, you know? Sometimes they're like, why? And be like, the steel toe is cutting into my feet. People have gotten it before.
Hello.
No, you can't just say that.
Hello.
Hello.
So, you're all awake.
Mm.
You all awake to the bustle of commotion on the outside. However, Gredor, Elaine, Kui, Gredor and Elaine, you awake to two figures standing over you. Gredor, you recognize them immediately.
Jace! Miranda!
Who the fuck is this? I didn't take you for one to be searching, friend. The drow just sort of reaches down and extends a hand to you, Elaine.
This is Elaine. You woke me up and wanted to cuddle, apparently. I don't know.
Oh, you see Lannister poke his
Yeah,
head
it's completely her idea.
and seeing everybody awake, like, hey, now that I think everybody is awake, we have some visitors. I'm guessing a few of you are expecting some people. Elaine, I think there are some people that you are expecting. I think they went to go hunt.
That serves. You and your people are never one to wait.
You gotta answer, Lannister?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Just want to let you know.
Good.
What do you want to know with that? What do you want to do with that information? Your friends have arrived, the ones you have requested. Lyra and Taza have arrived. They're out hunting. You should probably be able to find them, considering you taught them most of what they know. But that would take some time. So it's up to you.
I'll just wait for them to come back.
Where's Azrael?
Adriel, he is
I
is
think
he still asleep
Azrael's
at the
the
table?
one over there snoring at the table.
Yes.
Miranda sort of chimes in. I think he's creepy. I like it.
Me too.
Okay, why did my sister send you the pallet of Mithro bars? I only needed one.
You see Miranda just sort of shrugs and sort of gives a wry smile and walks away. Jace just sort of glares, is like, I don't know.
I needed one bar.
He
Not-
assumed you were still under operation, I think. Deep cover,
What?
I don't know. We
Well,
thought you were dead.
I do need a new set of armor.
Yeah, it was a little weird. We were fighting those fucking the Pantheran Knights, you remember? And then you just sort of
The last thing I remember is them hooded bastards, and then I woke up in a cave staring down a bunny and all these bastards around me.
a rabbit. No, that guy. He sort of points over to Lumeris. Lumeris, you see this massive blue dragonborn just sort of pointing at you from across the room.
I'm
It's
standing
kinda
into him,
like-
I'm like, ooh, that's usually not a good thing.
We were turned into some kind of living museum exhibit.
That's fucked up. That's real
That's what-
fucked up.
That's where we found Elaine, too.
Yeah, you should tell me about her. Cuddle buddies.
I don't know much, honestly, and that... Yeah.
Did you say
All right.
guy buddies?
Cuddle buddies.
Oh, I thought you said guy, but like
No.
talking to him, like nudging his shoulder, like as guy buddies.
No.
Not as...
He also bends down and picks up Kui by just under her armpits. And what's this?
That's- Be nice.
It's like a
Be
tiny
nice.
version of me.
Be nice, that's Quee.
Yeah, Kui just sort of waves, gives like just a toothy smile. I like this one. Adorable. Just like a
I thought the same thing first time I saw her.
I
How's
looks
the
like she could cut you though. There's that.
Oh, she can do
Who's that?
more than cut you. She'll blast you across a room.
Kui just sort of raises his arms in the air. Boom. All right.
How-
I kind of like
how-
quickly
how-
walk. I kind of like silently walk over to y'all because I see the dragonborn from the back and was like hoping it was one of my kind, but it is sadly not.
As you approach, he turns around and says, "Oh fuck, you're edgy."
Oh, my bad, man. My bad, man. I just thought
You
maybe.
see from behind you somebody rests their arms past your face around on your shoulders, completely surprising you of all people. The blue skin just singeing and boiling at the sort of the touch of your shoulders. Hello.
Hi.
You see behind you is a drow. The face sort of not mangled but scarred heavily. You're new.
Yeah. Yeah. I just
Miranda, keep it in your pants.
He just sort of
Miranda?
breaks the arms away. Okay.
Good to meet you. I'm Tarnor.
Yeah.
How's
you
the
burned me. She sort of looks down.
I kind of do that. I'm sorry.
She
How's-
sort of brings a hand up, flashing like the metal sign. That's pretty fucking metal.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, it is. Yeah.
How's the platoon?
Terrible.
Terrible.
Elaborate.
75% losses in the last 5 months.
Technically, that's still mission accomplished.
You see Jason gives you finger guns? Yes, but not the point.
Yes, but
yeah,
not the
fair-
point.
Technically,
No,
for
sorry,
our
tried to-
platoon, yeah, that's good numbers, but damn.
Yes, but no.
It's not great. Where
Sorry.
he sort of leans
I'll,
into sort of. I'm not sure if I can share this information with your friends, but
I kind of get that instant.
Spit it out, Chase. I don't
Alright,
hide
y'all,
anything from them.
those hooded guys, we had to run, and that's not new. Well, that is new. He sort of pauses. Wait, I said the wrong thing. That's new. We don't really run a whole lot, as you know. We had to. The only people who made it away from that were me and Miranda.
Well, at
Okay.
least you survived.
Yeah.
I want to get an
Huge.
inside check on Miranda.
Miranda is just giving you just sort of like raising the eyebrow, just sort of like she like
wanna do
definitely
it inside.
like an aggressive. I have been at war for 20 years and am finally away
This
from
is-
war. Let's
this
smash
is-
kind of look.
Let's
This
smash.
is an insight to see if I'm into it.
Sure.
All right, cool.
18. Flip a coin.
Flip a coin. All right,
Yeah.
hold on. Are you calling or am I calling?
You're calling.
Alright,
Well,
I'm gonna
I'll call. Yeah, you call. You call because you're the one flipping. This is your destiny, bud. We're messing with here.
I need my actual head. I have a challenge coin that's actually heads or tails. Oh, there it is. All right, cool. All right, ready? Call.
Heads, yes. Tails, no.
Heads is yes.
All right, yeah. You oddly enough reciprocate this. The fact that she's fucked up and didn't immediately recoil at the burning from you is honestly like the only woman that has ever done that in the history of your entire life.
Nice. Super into it.
Yeah, super into it. Yeah.
While they're catching up, I'm gonna keep talking to Miranda.
Yeah. And you
What
can
the
see they
fuck
get
am
real.
I
They
going
get,
to do with you?
they get real chatty. Jason's let her have her fun. She's had it hard. Most of those scars are new.
Well, I mean, she is, for all intents and purposes, the oldest one in this room other than Azrael.
She's enough. That's a guarantee. That should be a non-factor here. But anyways, enough talking about Miranda banging. We're talking about the fact that most of us are dead. Bit of a catch. Not normal stuff this time. More of those hooded folk are just
Bless
taking
you.
people.
Are you
Like they
dying over
took you.
there? Are you okay? All right, cool.
So you're telling me kidnapped like me, not necessarily dead?
They turn up dead real soon after. But with these fucked up, like, feathers and mutations, extra eyes and teeth and mouths.
The
Real
fuck
messed
are
up.
they trying to create across that damn wall now?
I don't know, but they're targeting, shape changers like us. Pretty key.
Hopefully Jan quit sending y'all out on suicide missions.
Yeah, it's Well, I'm gonna just say compartmentalized information is a bitch. Not all of it makes it to the top. But we're trying. There's just something getting in the way. But you pulled us out here. Well, we're trying to fix that. So, fingers crossed things don't fuck up while we're away.
That city's been under siege for as long as we've been alive, and longer.
Something tells me it'll be in siege after we die.
More or less.
More or less. Anyways, what kind of drinks do they have around here? I'm fucking parched.
There's a table outside, whatever's on it.
I have already gotten Miranda a drink.
Shit, for real? He just makes a break for the door.
Knowing, kind of seeing that Azrael's asleep and also being like, I kind of, I look down and like Lomi has like kind of nestled into like one of my pockets.
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, Lumeris has this very real thought of like, oh, well, I just don't have anyone going on here, so I'm gonna just wait for Azrael. So I go over to the table where Azrael is, and I just essentially pull up a chair. And there I wait.
I
Hanging
Well,
out
then
with
it
a
has
bunch
no
of burnt
visitors.
into playing
Just let-
cards.
So I'm letting the people inside catch up. I like after I told Elaine that I'll probably be outside, kind of, doing things.
I'm gonna take my enchanted hammer and start banging out this mithril on the
Hanging out.
floor.
Alright. On the floor?
I can't get near that. I can't
Yeah,
get
that's
near
true.
that.
That's
damn
true. That's true. You
floor.
got that. You got that.
I could get close if you tell me what to do.
Can you swing his
No.
hammer?
I could swing some of it.
No.
I think Smog is currently trying to swing something else at this moment.
That's also fair. That's also fair. Yo, we're already 2 bottles in.
The enchanted hammer heats metal as you hit it, so you know.
Bro, I didn't know you called it the enchanted hammer.
Huh. Fuck. Okay.
Jesus
Enough
Christ,
going-
Siri.
Yeah, anyways. While Smog is attempting to use his enchanted hammer, Gordora, your enchanted hammer, it does allow you to forge things if you can find a substitute anvil. It does sort of mitigate some of the fuckery caused by normal stonework. So I'd say you get like a general sort of very crude like breastplate. Can I get like a strength check with your smith's tools?
Oh no, I'm not gonna make the armor until I figure out how to use that forge. I'm just banging out small rings right now that I'm going to have to weave together for bobbin.
Oh, okay. So that's going to take you a lot of time, but you get started. Anyways, yeah, you get started. The clanging drives most of the people out of the dome with the tree. So I'd say most of you are outside again. A picturesque scene, very similar to when you first arrived. Bar the lily pads and then the hole into where you hear the smithery at work. Do you just wait for Azrael to wake up?
I first.
Lumeris certainly is.
I
I don't know anyone
I probably
I am waiting for Azrael to wake up. That's why I'm working on rings right now.
Your mood is straight up. I don't know anyone at this party. Where's the dog? Where can I talk to the dog?
I'm over there in the corner of like, hey, Wusso, have you ever seen this? And like conjure my sword right in front.
Honestly, you can tell that like she's into you, so she's gonna act impressed.
This is an obvious.
Just to give you an idea, Miranda is somewhere between 700 and 900 years old. Nobody actually knows.
I don't care. It's the only
Yeah.
human touch I've had in I don't know how long.
What I'm trying to say is there's not a lot of shit she has not
hasn't seen.
because she's been infected with lycanthropy.
Yes, thankful to you.
Do I catch
unknowingly-
wind of this?
Unknowingly, the way elves age is they pretty much remain pristine until like the last 30 to 20 years of their life, where they age pretty aggressively.
Oh, okay.
So she looks like probably late 40s, but like still an elf.
Nice.
So there's that.
Still hot.
Yeah, pretty much.
She could
Goddamn
probably
gods. Giving elves
she could-
everything.
she could probably teach you a thing
Probably.
in more ways than one.
Anyways.
Probably.
Um,
I mean,
I-
like, he's not wrong. Like he said, it's the first human touch he's had, and whoever knows how long.
I've been on fire since 16. So
Yeah, so that's a definite.
I have been a coal plant.
Well,
for
she's
my entire life.
she's crazy enough to do all kinds.
Anyways, Elaine, you find after probably an hour or two, your companions arrive back. They have a large gray stag. Taza has over one of his, just slung over one of his shoulders, with 2 arrows, sort of broken off and hanging off from the neck. They sling it down on the ground and they begin to carve. You see, Lyra calls over to you, Elaine, Elaine.
Lyra!
It has been too long. It has been too long. Come, help us carve the newest catch. We will have done
Yes.
well.
It has been way too long. Where have you guys been? Where did our tribe go? I haven't seen anyone since
We
the
are
attack.
safe. We are secret. We are in a place known as the Palish. It is a strange commune. Ever since you were taken, along with a fair portion of our tribe at the time, it has been many years since. We are small in number. The war has not been kind. But we are in good health. Those at Palish feed us well, and though we are under siege most of the time, we are able to repel them as equal term. It is a unique circumstance. I will tell you more about it another time. Not to think on this, though. How have you been? What have you been doing? Where did they take you?
Well, I wound up in a dungeon, frozen, and then these adventurers happened upon me, freed me, and
Oh.
I've been with them ever since.
Then we must organize a feast to honor them, rescuing our Elaine. And she sort of brings you in for that same sort of bear hug that Lannister caught earlier. Yeah, Tazza is not being timid, but he's oddly quiet. He's not saying a lot. He hasn't spoken. He just sort of has acknowledged you. He nodded his head and waved, but he hasn't said anything.
Tazza, you're awfully quiet. Are
I'm
you okay?
sorry. He sort of says, and you see that he is immediately distraught. I could not protect us. I am a failure. And he just, even Tyra is just immediately caught off guard. This is new. And he, contrary to his appearance, as this grizzled, veteran sort of wolf folk, just giant jack dude, is immediately crying into his hands. A lot of you grasp in just the time that there is a lot has happened to your tribe. A lot since you have been gone. And it may take more than just even interacting with these 2 people to really try to figure out what exactly the hardships have been. But from what you can tell from Tyra or Tazza, is that it has not been kind in these times. Lyra tells you that there have been a number of deaths, particularly with his hunting party, as he does get sent out the most. He is seen roughly as the one with the most experience, a thought that gives you dread, considering you were the one who taught him, which means most of the elders, when you were taken, are either lost, or have gone off on their own, or are dead. If he is being looked to as the lead of the pack. So yeah, you let him have his moment. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's it.
While the emotional moments are happening, everyone else sort of finds themselves as they exit the dome into an encampment, much more lively and sort of set up than when you originally had entered. You see 2 large red tents have been constructed alongside 2 sort of smaller grade ones. The difference in between definitely is the survivalist and the comfortist. of the Seekers and the and the actual military folk, as well as the general sort of air of quieted celebration and confusion. Not a lot of people here know what's happening. That is immediately apparent.
Hallelujah.
Lannister, yeah, Wasp, just see, and Lannister, you spot Lumeris patiently, just sort of watching Asriel, probably not more than a foot away in his own chair, just right next to him, waiting patiently. Um, just the silence is deafening. Save for the small talk.
I was just say, is he waiting for something? To
Yes.
Robin?
I didn't even know that we had visiting hours.
I didn't know either. I mean, I'm trying to figure out which of them is Mr. Book.
As you say that, you feel something stomp on your foot. How
Ow!
dare you send someone to find me?
I assume
This is
that's
not
Mr.
how it
Book.
works.
Wait, look,
Hello.
I need. Oh, you must be Mr. Book. Hello. Oh, yeah. Oh, I need. Well, we need your help. And I don't really know.
He turns away and raises a hand in the air. Don't even talk to me.
Look here.
This individual is a short goblin, but contrary to Yevna, his face is scraggled, and his nose is pointed, and his teeth are schnaggly. He has thick, tufted red eyebrows, long red hair peeking out from under a black hood. An individual of skullduggery and subterfuge, by all accounts. Seems rather frustrated with Jassi, by all accounts.
So you know who I am then, Mr.
I had a
Book.
guess. Last time I checked, you weren't on fire, so it was bound to be this one. You calling me Mr. Book from my hide.
Look,
For what?
We're in a bit of a pickle. And we really could use your help with stuff.
I didn't even want to be here. He picked me up by my legs and dragged me through the portal.
Okay, I did not ask that. I asked him to diplomatically get you.
He called it diplomacy. I said no. No, consent is important. But he picked me up like a child. I'm 34!
Yes, I know.
Ramen, might I recommend marriage counseling?
Listen here, elf boy. I fought things for
Yeah,
you.
Goblin Man.
You don't want to mess with him. Like,
He straight up pulls out a shank. I'll cut you, I will.
I pull
He
out my
will.
gun.
Am I still over next?
He immediately drops the shank and raises his hands. Alright, you can be
I'm
civil
just,
about this.
I'm just fucking with you, man. And I drop my gun.
yeah, you're fucking with me. And he just stares into space and picks up his shank and sheaths it.
look.
Who joined?
I
Oh, come.
don't know.
Boy, Calm. What's up, Calm?
Welcome to Mindune.
I'm sorry. Bye.
Hey, Norris, you can mute and listen in if you want.
Oh,
He's
Or
gone.
not.
or not?
I thought it was a good deal. But very clearly my diplomacy.
I look over. Wait, is Jassi and this individual talking near the table or somewhere else?
Just see this individual. You're at like the mouth. You're like you just came off the lily pads across the pond, and like through like out of just nowhere, this little guy has come up, stomped on Jassi's foot, and is calling him out.
I come over there and intervene. I'm saying, oh my apologies.
Shh. Let this play out. It's funny.
Have you seen what this guy does? You look like weak folk. You know what this guy does to weak folk?
Look,
I
no,
assume
maybe
he
not
kills
go into
them.
that, Mr. Book.
I don't even know
Mr.
what he
Book,
does.
please enlighten us. What does Yaman do?
I don't know. I think he fucks him.
That is not true.
That could
you
be
know
like,
that.
that could be interpreted in a lot of ways. In which way are you meaning for that?
I
Sex.
see it.
Pardon me.
Yaman, you scoundrel.
I don't do that.
He's a dirty
He
sexer.
knows this. He's just
Jassi,
mad.
who is this person?
Who the fuck is this?
This is Lannister.
Fucking Father Christmas. What's Christmas?
What?
The fuck?
Nice to meet you.
How did he know
Yes,
we
my
called him
companion
Saint
said my
Nick?
name is
I'm the one that is supposed to be
Sure.
high here. What the?
He sort of palms you away. Suck my dick, Lannister.
He has a short temper.
The short goblin man is funny.
I see.
Look, he has a short temper.
You're funny too, long ears.
Uh-huh. Okay,
Is
Not
bad
you.
news.
He says not you, and he points to the bears. That guy. He points to.
Oh, he
Robert.
does have long ears. I noticed that.
Am I
Where-
anywhere in this? Like, do I? hear
Everyone
this
is
progression
everyone
at all?
everyone is either choosing to ignore this or it has full attention on this. Except for Tazak, who is still crying into his hands.
Do I need to make another? Do I need to make another roll to see if I'm too fucking
You want to
preoccupied?
flip another coin to see if you're turned on by this guy?
Yeah. No, I want to see if
Yeah.
I'm too preoccupied. At
Do
the moment.
it.
Yeah, threesome going. Anyways,
I'm gonna see. I'm just gonna do a luck check to see if I'm too preoccupied.
Sure.
Okay.
with a 16, she full on like you turn away. You see Miranda grab you by like the sort of the smoldering bits of your shirt, pull you in, give you a huge one on your fucking face, and like she pulls away. You see her like the flesh on her lips is burned, and all you hear is "You excite me," and she begins to pull you off away,
All right. Well, sorry guys, I gotta go.
and they will
Well,
probably find
Smog
another.
is getting more action than us even.
Look, Mr. Book, why?
I apologize. It looks like we got off the wrong foot here, but yes. Who is this person?
This is Mr. Book.
Mr. Book.
Mr.
Thank you
Book.
very much.
Why did they call you that?
I see.
Because
I
that's
fucking
his.
smack people with a book.
Really?
You're finna learn, bud.
That's
Just see. Can I have a? Can I talk to you real quick?
Sure, fine.
Yes. I'm gonna pull Jesse over to like.
Yeah, go talk to your boyfriend.
Ask him. Is this somebody you know?
An acquaintance, let's put it that way.
Okay.
So, you
they
know how
like
you know you have an idea of what I've done before?
You feel something peek out from under your robes. It's Mr. Buck. I fucking hear things, kid.
Yeah,
I
yes.
that's what
was
I'm
going to
good
say
at.
he's sneaking under your skirt there, but like it's way too funny.
Boss, he's still standing in front of you.
Huh?
Wait.
So you see, he sort of gives you a wry smile,
Oh god, there's more of them.
and then he poofs
Yes.
Whoa.
in front of you.
I see. Is he?
This is why he's the best in the best at his job of anyone I know.
Not
Because he
every
can
day
make
you catch a
multiples of
fucking
himself.
goblin cursed with transmogrification, eh?
I see.
Fucking places at once.
So.
I can
so
do
what?
that
Does he
too.
provide you information?
I can
You
fuck
want
you in your
information?
Can I cast
You want
minor
you
wizard-
want
wait, is
information
minor
on
wizard-
anyone? You want a job? He's your guy.
I got
I
a
would
job.
rather not conduct
Wants to know.
business with such people.
Which
Well, if-
is why I contacted him again. He's helped me many a times with jobs.
Yaman, we're already on the job.
I'm quite interested to see what kind of contact he has, as the Crimson Cast, at least House Rose, has more contacts than I think of.
You want to know
I think-
shit on the greenbacks? You want to know about the Talisons, the Immorality, the Phlegm gangs? Anywhere,
What was
anything.
that last one?
I know it.
The Phlegm
Lem
Phlegm
Gang?
gangs. Yeah,
Lem
yeah.
gangs,
What
yes.
a wonderful name.
Well,
Not like he spits, not like phlegm, but like FPLEM.
Oh,
It's a city.
and where
what
and
a
where do you
horrible
work,
name
Well,
for a
no.
city.
Sorry.
Mr. Books?
What?
Where do you hail from?
What? Can't hear you. So Justice Street, come close.
Where did you come from, Mr.
Punches you
Books?
straight in the mask.
Okay.
I'm your fucking mother!
Don't ask that question. He won't give you an answer.
I see.
You don't get
Because of
far
the
on my
trade.
business with selling info without... He sort of rubs his fingers together.
Hey,
Exchanging coin.
Can I tell
Yes.
Solus to like bonk him in the
Beat
head
his
with his
ass.
head?
Yeah, so it's just plumes from your robe like an extension of yourself and just straight up headbutts him. Ah, fuck!
Look, be
That's
nice
actually
to
kinda
him.
I like
Be
that.
nice to him. He,
Why are they
He's most-
fighting?
You've done business with a man known as the Binder.
Okay,
Sounds a lot like this guy.
Okay, yeah.
The
I was just seeing if maybe
Why
I did
is-
work for him or something.
Why are all your work distributors named after books?
He
his
sort of
name.
stares at you. just motherfuckily, just stares at you.
Uh huh.
Really?
I mean,
like really?
I mean, to be honest,
like,
it's pretty
do I
on.
need to teach you again?
To be honest, it's pretty on the nose about what he does.
He's
I'm a
lying.
professional. I'm a
He
professional.
gets information.
I work with professionals. Sometimes, not this guy. Sort of gestures to see.
I am a professional, and you know it.
Fuck you.
Yep.
You're
That
mad
was-
at me right now, aren't you?
Knew that was
Very.
coming.
No, we're buddies. I last heard from you 2 years ago. You never pay me. Where the fuck's my money?
I
You-
do
you do
pay
remember-
you. Did you not
do remember
receive?
briefly neglecting to pay him on a
How much did I
superficial
owe
level.
you again? I forget.
Would you owe me? Well, you owe me.
Yes.
He just sort of ponders to himself. That's waif. Don't worry about it. I don't remember how much you fucking owe me.
Okay. Fair enough.
So then, Mr. Bucks, I assume you want payment. Is that correct?
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
you?
Wait. Lannister. Lannister, wait. This is entertaining. I want to see where this goes.
I'm gonna kill you.
Uh huh. Do it later.
Tell you
after
what,
entertain
Mr.
me.
Bucks.
No,
It's
to be fair, Mr. Buck, you won't kill him. You'll get somebody else to kill him.
Actually,
Probably
just see,
Yaman.
I'm getting there.
just see. Do you think we could you could help facilitate the deal with Mr. Bucks here?
Once he calms down, most likely.
Perfect.
This is a big
Mr.
bug-eyed.
I do hope you enjoy your stay here. If there's anything you do need, please don't hesitate to ask.
I have a feeling he won't be staying long.
We will see, Robin, my friend. And yeah, I will walk.
He sort of pulls at your coat, Yaman.
Yeah.
How much to kill the elf?
2
He's
gold
my
and you
friend,
find my
I'm-
wife.
He's
That's
my
how
first
much.
friend in a long time. I'm not killing him.
He aggravates me.
Uh huh.
Yes, I know.
A lot of people aggravate me, but he
Yes, I.
does that also.
It's my specialty.
Yes. Do you have them all killed?
Stop listening in, it's jerkish.
No.
You're
Have you
being a
seen
weeb.
my ears? How could I do anything but? You're so loud.
I can turn him into a nice necklace if you want me to.
Yeah, and
I can hear you over my goddamn hammer. Shut the
Shut
fuck
up,
up.
Gador. We weren't talking about you.
Who the fuck is you?
That's the
So many
that's
people.
the
That's
hairy
Gador.
one. We call him the hairy one. Don't mind
You
him.
bugbear.
It's whispering Miranda. God damn, they're loud. Fuck.
Anyways, Mr. Buck continues his tumultuous yelling for probably another 15 minutes,
Yeah.
but does eventually calm down after being
Yeah.
separated from Vomit.
Gridor has to resist the urge to throw his hammer at his head.
At his
Do it. I'll just throw it right back.
You
You,
know, these kinds of
like-
people.
It's like,
you
what
really
is
want to
this
do that after I
man?
smacked your ass out of that room?
I'm
Like,
talking
where's
about
this
the goblin,
goblin?
asshole.
You was talking about yourself.
Lannister has never been
I'm
disrespected
so
so in his entire life.
Why am I getting like goblin who does that?
Look, this is the first time that I got to talk to, like, kind of normal people in, like, so long.
And you're condescending and just fucking not doing the opposite of diffusing the situation. I see.
I know.
Robin's
It's on
Robin's quick
purpose.
to- But yes, Lannister, you two also separate yourself from Mr. Book through probably peace of mind.
Yep,
And-
I'll walk over to where the rest of the party is, where my friends, my true companions are.
My actual D&D party.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on my own adventure with these guys. One-on-one sessions. Yeah. Yeah, you find peace. Maris, after like 2 hours, you just sort of hear from Azriel, who's yet to move. Is there something you wanted? You've been sitting there for 2 hours.
I just like my head's been forward, just slowly
Mm.
turns to look at Azrael.
I've sort of, it was awkward. I did not want to intrude. You seemed like you were thinking about something.
Now I'm thinking about how far I can throw you.
It is probably a great distance. I am very bouncy.
For the past 2 hours.
Azrael, you said that you had some things to tell me about my past.
Yes, that
I would
I know
very
nothing.
much.
I know nothing about it, but I do
Uh,
think of a way I can know more. I find that since I have met you, more and more gaps in my memory have begun to form. And I think that you may be the key to this, as you seem to be sort of the epicenter. All of this, by the way, is he still sort of got that like arms? He's sort of got his neck craned like he's asleep. He looks like he's asleep. You can't see past the mask, but like he's talking to you.
Lumaris is the forgetinator. He makes everyone
Um,
forget.
I think a joint meditation on the concentration of our empty spots in our mind may be able to yield some sort of things. Memories cannot be removed. They can only be shielded, hidden, and modified. So this begs the question, where are these memories? Where are they? They are in there. I cannot find them. It is very distressing. Because who knows, there might be important information in my mind somewhere that might stop someone from dying somewhere. I feel you feel the same way.
I do. I'm a little.
Very.
If you do me a favor, promise me if something goes weird, tell me about it, because apparently Lannister and I tried to have like a prayer or meditation, and something happened, and
Oh,
yeah,
that. So I have a bit of a secret. We're underground.
I discovered this
You
actually.
did. Cool. They're interesting. That you were able to get back in is very strange. But this place is warded. It's hard to do divine things when the divine cannot access. I have a room with sort of a window to Ramir that really helps me magnify some stuff if I need divine assistance. I think you have been in there. Saw you guys come out. I think.
Yes, it
so-
was having interesting interactions with our various forms of being.
Interesting.
It seemed to temporarily remove like the curses off
Yes.
of
So
war and
in the light of Ramir, no curses may beckon. Lots of very fucking. He doesn't actually say that. Lots of very fandangled, funny little things about how curses cannot exist in the divine plane. It is the divine place, full of happiness and sunshine and really boring politics. So yes, that sort of serves. That makes sense. I know, sort of it's warded against things like undead. It's a bit like vampires and ghouls.
I know also
It's warded against changelings, genetic folk who can shift their appearance just to be safe.
there's also when Lannister and I did our kind of prayer
This is
or whatever it
discrimination.
was. I saw something
What do you see?
and well, I had a memory of a rather traumatizing experience of being gravely wounded. This was, from what I can tell, when I was smaller, at least.
Hmm.
Probably a child, I don't know. I was gravely wounded. Someone friendly, I assume, healed me, and then was arrowed through the neck. And
Oh.
I saw both in the memory, and I think anyway, and also seemingly out the window of the bungalow that Lannister and I were doing this in, a black cloaked figure with a deer skull mask.
I do not mean to be mean. Those visions could be entirely beneficial and helpful. The individual was most likely a hallucination. Nothing can get in here that isn't warded or accepted by the field. Not even gods and angels and other things. It is a safe place. It is a place I have created near the very beginning of my life. So much far back that I remember very little about its creation.
Well,
He sort of
here's the other-
pauses. Oh.
Yeah, well, the other thing that was troubling is apparently as Lannister and I were doing this, Smog began to see and detect like invisible figures. At first, it was a small kind of,
You do know the man is on fire, right? Like, yeah,
Yes,
that's
I'm aware.
he's not well.
As
But I mean,
I,
not to discount what he says, but I mean, if I was on fire all the time, I'd see stuff too. You know? But I will look into it. I'll do a sweep. I'll search. I'll put feelers out. I'm just trying to be rational in this situation. This is a very safe place, friend. I'm a very paranoid man. So you bringing these things to me is, I must approach them with skepticism.
very
Or
well.
I've failed them in my job here.
Well, regardless, we appeared to safely make it through the night. And when I had finished my vision of the deer skulled masked figure, I had this, and I kind of, fiddle with
Oh,
the in my hand.
interesting.
And I felt some sort of thread in my mind disconnect, which, when you say it out loud, it sounds like I'm losing my sanity.
I
But
I think you are. I think there is a possibility. No certainties here. Nothing is certain. That you have unearthed repressed trauma regarding an early life event, sort of severing a tie to whatever you were using to conceal the trauma, which has caused you to become concerned and worried and anxious. Your body language is completely different from when I left. So rationalizing that as a possibility, I will also accept the alternative that something has snuck in. There are things here. We're in danger. I will herd everyone, except most likely our newcomers, into the the dome and seal the door and sort of search with your Nilfar friends just to give them something to do. Just around to make sure things are good. I'll make sure all the Ents are doing their job and not asleep. I will do my best to reassure you in every way I possibly can, because you are a friend to me, and I want you to be safe here. Does this help you?
it does. I don't mean to. I don't mean to cause like a ruckus. I
No.
just.
If you think we are unsafe, I should take you seriously. So I will.
If I may, it's what I wonder. Not to diminish the danger to others, but I wonder if it's less so that we are unsafe, so much as it is that I am unsafe.
Okay. Do you want to tell me where Melora is?
I'm not sure.
I can tell you where Melora is. He sort of points to the top of the cliff above the dome. She has been up there since I have left. She is watching, looking. I have taught her very much. If there is anything wrong, she would have seen it. In hindsight, I should probably go up there and tell her she can come down, but I am very proud, so I'm going to let her sort of continue what she's doing. Nevertheless, if something was around, she would have seen it. She has special sight. Are you familiar with violet eyes?
I think so. Yes.
She has something akin to this. It is more of a metaphysical sense, sort of being able to perceive hidden things, not see them, but know them they are there all the same.
Mm-hmm.
In this,
Very well.
if there was something immediately near by, now I cannot speak for the village. I cannot speak for 5 kilometers away. But again, I will search. I will connect to the roots of the trees and the plants and the leaves and tell you if there are things there. Because I am the creator of this place, and I want you to feel safe.
I do appreciate that. How I found out that we are in fact underground was I flew.
Oh.
the
Just
area and searched myself.
yes, that is probably why Melora is up there. She saw you leave and was worried. I'm going to go talk to her. Um, I'll probably apologize for leaving without telling her, and I will be back. And you see that, like, his sort of, again, he's sort of in that sleeping pose, which is weird. It just dissolves, and you sort of feel hands on your back that are very warm. Just sort of squeeze your back, so the top of your shoulders. Everything will be fine, friend. You are with Azrael, and I am at your service.
Damn it, I needed
Eat
to talk
something.
to him.
And you sort of look behind you, and you just see the wisp of gold fading in the wind.
I think Lumaris would be like, I think he'd be like relieved to know that that Azrael is checking.
Yes. You do see him appear briefly at the top there, sort of, and he speaks with Melora. Sort of, it's too high up to really tell what they're saying. But he puts a hand on her shoulder and nods, and he disappears again. And you see she gets up from the cliff and disappears. So if you don't remember, Melora is the looks like an elven woman, half elven woman, sort of white hair, very pale, sort of chipper attitude. Led the expedition to the town of Blightwood for Esper Sponge. She has a hawk that she used to sort of purvey the area when things were sort of getting intense last time, and she disappeared sometime afterwards. And that is where she went.
Okay.
Yeah. After a while, I don't know if you're going to introduce yourself to the other people who have arrived, Lumaris, but you are given time to do that if you so wish.
I think for now, Lumaris's level of like anxiousness is still probably like it's kind of drowning out. Like I think he feels like twinges of sadness because he feels like not because anyone did anything wrong, but because of actually the influx of people, and his own lack of like the ability to draw on something familiar and kind of like, you know, or someone familiar to, you know, him on a
Unite with, yeah.
It's a bit, he's feeling a little isolated and just is kind of, you know, trying his best to patiently wait for, you know, Azrael again.
Yes. You feel something sort of climb up your back, and you immediately are spooked and sort of move to get up, but you hear, "Hello, friend, you seem sad." It is Alltail.
Oh, yeah, I sorry I didn't call for you.
Here. And he just sort of like wraps around your head. Let Alltail comfort you.
I appreciate that.
There. Sort of like a floppy lemur hand, just sort of patting you on the top of the head. Is this helping? I'm not really good with.
I'm not good with old.
Well, we're both furry, so it's at least comfortable.
No, very good. You are very warm. I appreciate this. I'm going to stay here for a little bit.
That's okay. I have like only like one eye available now.
Yep.
That's all right. Yeah, that's okay. I kind of pulled like Lulme out of like my pocket, and I'm just kind of like patting her with like my thumb.
Really, really enjoying it actually. You see after a while, like a small, like a puppy, just like you see Lomi sort of like begins to try to like play offensively with like the finger that's trying to pet her in like a rawr sort of environment where she's on her back, just the hand sort of pushing away at the thumb. If you ever had a dog, small dog especially, that's trying to play with you, and they've rolled over, it is all claws up in that scenario. Especially if you had a cat too. Definitely that sort of situation. Anyways, after a while, Azrael returns. Probably about an hour later. Things seem fine, friend. I came across 2 breaches along the wall's edge. I have sealed them. They due to wear and tear in time. this place is very old. I am somewhere around 800 to 1200 years old. This place is almost as old as that. So these are going to wear occasional. I apologize if any roving face spirits may have given you discourse or trouble. They should clear out within a month or so. Anything threatening enough, the Ents should take care of it, whether through their hymns and songs or through sort of strikes the table very gently through more liberal means.
Well, I appreciate you checking. I know I made my way out twice, so I don't know if I was the
Yes.
cause of the breaches, but
It does appear though that it is set to allow certain friends the room. I think I put at some point. Harangon.
yes.
Harangon are just allowed in. Rabbit folk. Who knew? I guess I was in a bit of a moment where I was holding them in rather high regard when I made this place, because they're just allowed in whenever they want. It's very weird, very nondescript. Yeah, I consider them
Indeed.
friends apparently, and they are good people for the most part.
Yeah,
Some of
most
them- Some of them Faye.
There's a few bad yeah, Faye. A few bad actors that like to hang out on cliffs and shoot at people.
yes,
You know, everyone has a weird cousin.
yes, yes. Anyways, so I think we should do this meditation probably now. Just get everyone important around. I only have so many seats, so sort of for amplification. It is a very fun little thing, very, very friend involving. So the way it works is we both stand in the center circle. I believe you've been there. There's a lovely tree that is there. The name of it eludes me, but I love it. It is wonderful and beautiful and vibrant. If the sun hits it at just the right angle, all of the crystal leaves just begin to spatter across the room in vibrant lines of light. It's stunning. But that is more like fall, winter, or spring. Anyways, I am getting horribly distracted. We will sit in the center, hold hands like we are the best of friends. I think we should use that necklace you were given by whatever wandering fae felt the need to leave it to you. That might maybe bring into light why it seeked you out so far underground through a shielded dome at one of the furthest points down in the Feywild. Very long journey even for a spirit.
Yeah.
Might want to look into that. I think it would be a good idea. He sort of brings his hands together like he's just sort of like talking. If your friends are willing, and you are willing to share, they may lend some of their mind to assisting us in manipulating our own. It is kind of sort of like joint psionic manipulation, but much more arcane. Sort of thoughts, feelings coming together to form a bigger picture that you and I can manipulate in attempting to discover things, or it is very useful for enchanting items. More than one enchanter sort of pooling their power to create an ultimate thing.
Yeah.
Whatever. If they're willing, they can join, but they will be able to see into what we are looking at. Whether that's you or me or some bird that we think is interesting. You can go a number of ways.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I had something that I wanted to keep private. I don't know if I would know, you know.
I think.
But I feel that to me it's more important to find out.
If we learn that you murdered a bunch of people brutally with an axe, as just a rough, really rough idea of the worst case scenario here, we would look at who you are as a person now. And I deem you as a pretty alright guy. So in any situation, regardless of what they decide, you are under my protection.
I do appreciate hearing that. I would like to go forward with this meditation.
Alright. Alright. I don't think you have anything to worry about. I have good gut decision making about people. He sort of leans in. Your friend Jesse, I have a lot of questions. Like,
So do I.
usually I don't get like a gut feel. Like, I see someone who has killed people, and I'm like, yes, that's either like a Grador or like a mass murderer. And like, if it's a Grador, it's, okay, he's doing it for reasons that can be, seen as okay. And then there's like him. There's you see, just like, it's just, the murder is there. I can sense it. But there are abstract concepts near him and around him that I'm sort of gleaming that are they're disconnected from what he knows. Very similar to you, but a clearer picture. Not as obscured to what you are sort of facing.
Interesting.
Maybe something to look into. But as far as he knows, as far as he's concerned, he is a mass murdering man. You should be aware of that. He's sort of going to act on that. Should sort of vaguely like take that into account when making plans. The possibility that he may just kill everyone.
Aha, I see. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that.
On the bright side, he is very good at it. I would love to have someone like him in my employment. So
I mean, I suppose you're about to. You're drawing up contracts.
He just sort of says way too loud. Everybody just catches this like huge, just like revelation from Azrael walking with Lumeris towards the dome. Just a,
You're awake.
I am awake.
I have
Oh,
question.
good.
I have a couple
Azrael's
questions
back.
for you, Azrael.
Yes.
I have been here this whole time, just sort of staring at Lumeris while he stared at me. It was very intense. I feared for my life.
First question.
Sort of leaning to you. I didn't actually.
I only needed one bar of me through. Why the?
Well, now you have 12. So, He sort of shrugs.
All right. Second question. How do I use that forge?
You do not use that forge. You use this forge. And outside the door, you see from the ground just an anvil rise. You have tools that heat metal, yeah?
Yeah, I'm good.
There you go. Have fun. He sort of makes room for you to pass the door.
I'm gonna grab an end of the sled that the things are on and drag all the metal out
Yes.
to the forge.
Azrael, third question.
Yes, hello.
What's up with the circle?
Oh, that's, I don't, it's old. I made it a very long time ago. Does things, wards, it's 1,000 different things, friend. It is a safe zone for me. If I feel like I am the risk of being possessed, I have been cursed, I have been grievously harmed, I have been set on fire, maybe? I don't know. I can enter the circle and have most of the he raises his fingers, status effects end. Does it help you?
No, it's just the status effects got me.
I'm a very funny man. Thank you for laughing at my joke.
You're welcome.
Azrael, will you take a Lumeris now?
I'm going to walk him through some incantations, get them prepped for a ritual. You're all invited. You, Queen, yes. You're invited, and where is the girl goblin, the not loud goblin? The one with the actual lead. Yavna is invited too. I like her. She's nice.
Just completely gone. I'm nowhere close.
Wait,
You are dealing with your own handful of stuff.
Yeah, I am dealing with my
Azrael.
own.
As a rundown, you are surprised and very thankful that certain parts of you are not cursed.
Oh, nice! Alright.
But yes, the witch was cruel, but not that cruel.
Alright, that's good. At least she has somewhat of a heart.
cast like an unbreakable curse that we haven't figured out yet, but not on.
There's a difference between cursing someone to be on fire and like cursing their just like to fucking like burn their dick off.
Forever your dick shall be burned off and then regrown,
You know
and
that
then
song?
burned off again.
Regrown.
You know that song where the hag curses the fucking dude and his dick falls off?
Oh god.
I'm the only one who knows that? Fuck.
I have no
Shit.
idea what the fuck you're talking about.
And his dick fell off, and then like the bass drops. Anyways.
I'm gonna fucking Google that now.
Out of context. Anyways, Azrael leads you into the dome, and he begins to walk you through some incantations, some very basic basic stuff just to get you connected to the circle. Things to say, thoughts to think, stuff like that. It's surprisingly emotional. Like he encourages you to think of things that make you sad, and to think of things that you remember, but things you don't want to remember, as sort of a key to remembering things that you do want to remember. It's a weird, looping, contradictory statement that you kind of actually follow, especially because of your experience with individuals of his caliber, of just general eccentric bullshit, and general well-meaningness.
Yeah.
And he sets you up for that.
Huh?
Nurse. Um, I do want to help participate in this. So
Sure.
I will be following them. By the way.
Azrael actually directs you away to one of the smaller circles, and he gives you a set of instructions to follow as well. Very, very similar. Things that make you happy, things that search for memories that are there but that you don't realize are there. If that makes sense. And he sends you away to do that. Yeah. Gridor, you get smithing away.
Yeah, what you hear in the background is Gridor going ham because he hadn't been at a proper forge in a long time. And
What's the quality of this anvil is elven in make, and I mean for forging mithril, for forging like wrought iron and steel weapons, like adamantine, not really what you want, but for forging like mithril and sort of like not softer metals but lighter metals, the elven anvil grips it a little better. Which is good.
I'm also going to use the inspiration you gave us sitting around the table to forge these items.
Sure.
Like I said, I'm going ham.
Yeah, go for it. Give me a strength check with your smith tools.
Woohoo! If I'm using inspiration, that'd be an advantage, right?
If you're using inspiration, you add a d20.
Okay. I'll let you do that.
Okay. I'm hoping for a 40. No. 24. Yeah, you very, very quite quick, not quickly, but in probably some sort of record somewhere, you swiftly craft a master crafted set of what was it you were trying to create?
Oh, I was gonna make Vobin a mithril shirt, and I'm making me a black set of armor because my old armor is
Yeah, you scorch your armor by just not hitting it, but just running the hammer over, sort of darkening the metal. Yeah, you create a master crafted set of mithril chain. So that'll be a +2 to the AC because of mastercraft.
There you go.
And it will not affect Robin's stealth.
Nope.
He could probably wear that under his actual clothes. It would be light enough that you just feel like you're wearing a winter vest.
All right, there's plenty of mithril. Anybody want anything made?
I definitely want some like light metal armor because I feel like.
You can tell him that later.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
I got a con save from you.
Who?
From me?
Yes.
Oh, from me?
Oh, yeah.
God. Oh, ow, mother. A con save?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
You're doing all right. But
Nice.
like after like the second round, you're getting there. Your arms are starting to hurt.
Nah, I'm good. Don't worry about it.
You're going for it. Okay. You're gonna.
Oh, wait, hold on. I have something that might actually help me with this.
Okay.
Hold on. Ah.
I'm gonna let
No.
you know. If you go for the third round, you're gonna risk a point of exhaustion.
So hold on a second. So not much impresses her, right? We're gonna try something.
She's pretty impressed by you.
I'm gonna
okay.
I'm gonna cast mirror image and mage hand. I'll
I
let you
see.
just.
Yeah. Okay. So that
Yeah.
probably bumps it up to like a 15. So yeah, she's impressed. You've impressed this woman.
All right.
You're doing
That's
God's
wild.
work.
That's some wild stuff happening over there.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go back to polishing shoes. I
However,
guess.
after like probably I want to say like an hour and a half, you are kaput, and so is she. and you return, feeling a lot better about your current situation than you did before. And you convey to Grudor that you
I
you
am
want some.
immediately just slightly more terrified of
He conveys to me
Bradar.
what?
I don't say anything. I just am a little bit worried of standing next to you.
Why?
No, what are you talking about, man? What's up?
Do I think I'm gonna be mad that you got some from her?
Okay, I don't know. I don't know how things work with families and stuff. You know, I'm just
She's one of my lieutenants, and she's 5 times my age. She bangs who she wants to bang.
fair enough.
One does not steer the drow, the drow woman from things. The drow woman
Okay.
does as the drow woman decides.
Look, I'm gonna put it to you this way. You see how scary I am sometimes, right?
Huh?
She scares me.
That's again kind of hot.
Wait till she wants. No.
All I can do is just nod my head.
Wait till she owl bears out on top of.
Oh God.
The hybrid form. Oh god, the hybrid form.
Hey,
Anyways,
by the way,
By the way, if that happens, watch out for the.
The beak, yes.
Okay.
It's
Anyway,
armor.
by the way,
It's armor
you-
piercing.
You had said that you wanted something from Grudor? Like
yeah.
armor?
I was actually about to say I heard you work on the forge and stuff, and so I've kind of like my skin's pretty thick, obviously, but I would like a little extra protection, especially if we're gonna start going into way more stuff than just my minor thieving.
Well, what
if you
kind
could
of
get a
armor
set
do you
of-
want?
Maybe like a set of light armor, but definitely blued, so it's a little darker. I don't know if you could do that.
I can make it black if you want it black.
Absolutely.
I just realized with like Gridor's, if Gridor had kept his armor blue, and Vauban wore the chain shirt over his armor, and you don't get this darkened, you would have like the Assyrian team aesthetic of the blue armor, where you guys would like roll up. Anyway,
No, I'm blackened my armor.
Yeah, I
Alright.
definitely want my blackened so it doesn't gleam or anything in sunlight or in
yes,
moonlight.
that is the smarter yet less
extremely
aesthetic
important.
version of what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Well, light armor doesn't exactly equal metal. I mean, I can make you a mithril shirt.
Just something. It could be metal, but flexible, movable.
What
Maybe
can I?
not. Maybe not. Maybe not stuff that covers the elbows. Or,
I know
like,
he's stealthy,
joints.
so what can I make him?
Probably the same thing would be made. I mean, you're crafting this out of mithril. As long as he meets the strength requirement, which is always -2 with mithril, not sort of -2 what it normally is. He can. Everything counts as like medium light without the stealth hindrance.
All right, so you want a set of armor? You want a breastplate, half plate?
I'd probably say just breastplate and stuff for my arms. Maybe some gauntlets.
So half plate.
So half plate with powder.
That would use most of what you have left.
Oh, well, I don't want to use all your stuff.
You'd still
Maybe-
be able to make like
maybe-
another chain shirt with what you'd have left, but
I'll just take just the chest plate.
Okay.
I don't want to use your stuff.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Not
You
a big.
sure?
I'll have enough left over for what I'm going.
let me make things for you. I don't get to make things for people. Let me. This is Gridor's way of being friends with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
it is.
I'm going to make Elaine some mithril bolts with some of them crystals from the tree in there.
Oh, yeah, that'll be good. Really sturdy. She might actually be able to even like recover some of those.
Well, she has returning bolts. I already made her out of
Oh,
unicorn.
well, that's kind of crazy and cool.
All right, I'll bang you out of damn breastplate. Go away.
Awesome, thanks. Appreciate it.
I love Gridor. He's like this, like a
You're
weird.
my friend, but I hate you.
He's weirdly sweet in a weird way.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
He's a gruff teddy bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll say you bang through pretty much all that pretty relatively fast. I'll say I won't make you roll. It'll just be. Oh, okay. Yeah, I won't make you roll. Because like the DC for making Mastercrafted is 20. Nothing else really happens in that sort of spectrum. And you already Mastercrafted it. I'll let you roll for the other, like the bolts and the whatever else you were gonna make. To see if you get above a 20?
Yeah, sure.
No. Alright. But yeah, you get through that stuff pretty quick. And you hand out to your companions what they've got. You get a mithril set of half plate, which is just normal half plate, without the strength. I want to check what the armor stuff is. Should have my book open. It would be the responsible dungeon master thing to do. But
Does Half-Blade even have a strength requirement?
I'm concerned that it does, because it's technically a heavy armor.
Yeah.
Mithril Half-Plate is a medium armor.
Oh, okay. Siren, a little bit quicker on the draw than I am. Okay.
And then I have one more thing that I have to do to my armor that me and you discussed a while back.
Yes, it's just chainmail, splint, and plate that have strength requirements.
Yep.
Good eye, Siren.
I've got to melt down the moonstone, put the tribal markings on the armor that are going to help with my stealth later on.
Yes, we're doing our own sort of. I want sort of it to do a little bit more than just get rid of the stealth thing, Siren. So it would be.
This is just copied from 5e tools, so.
Yeah. So it would be normal. It would be normal half plate, but since it's not mastercrafted, it's only a +1. So it would be 16 plus your dex to a maximum of 2. So a maximum of 18. Vabin, you get the chain shirt, which is which would be 15 plus 2. Which the +2 would be from your dexterity if you have any dexterity +2s, which you do. You would get the full.
His shirt was the 22.
No, I know, but
Or the
that wasn't rolling
24.
for AC. You made him a chain shirt, right? Not chain mail.
Yeah, I made him a mithril ring shirt, kind of like what Frodo would have worn in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be the chain shirt. So it would be. So the normal chain shirt is 13 plus your dex to a maximum of 2. The mithril chain shirt that's master crafted is 15 plus dex to a maximum of 2, which means you would get to your AC would bump from 13 to 17.
Oh shit!
I won't
'Cause you're-
die.
Vabin is wearing leather armor, and I don't think he's wearing it very well.
No.
He got 11
Um,
plus 2. So,
Sir,
Yeah.
you are welcome, and be glad I used my inspiration on it.
yes, I added that to your inventory. Mithril chain shirt. It weighs as much as your leather armor does. It's 10.
Sweet.
You are at 17 AC, bud.
Remind me to send Gridor and Elaine on a hunting quest.
Did I get anything from?
Yes, you got mithril half plate, which
Yeah.
is I'm gonna say it's well crafted mithril half plate because mithril just removes the stealth thing. So it would be instead of the normal half plate, which is 15 plus your dex to a maximum of 2, it is 16 plus your dex to a maximum of 2. So knowing you would be at 18 AC.
18. All right, cool.
Vabin's not as squishy anymore.
Finally,
Yo,
I
only
cannot
gained-
die on every single hit.
17
I only-
armor class with 75 hit points is fucking beefy. Vabin went from getting hit every attack to hitting every attack.
Yeah, nice. I
am a
gained
god.
one armor class. I gained only one armor class, but I look fucking
Dude,
badass right
That's
now.
enough. Dude, honestly,
Yeah.
as somebody who has played a fair few games and has suffered for not having one extra armor class,
Yeah.
it's good.
Oh,
That's pretty
Max.
And then
How
I
do you spell? How do you spell what it's?
And then I made Elaine the mithril bolts tipped with the crystal tree.
good. I've been misspelling mithril.
However many of those she gets, whatever they do.
You get 13. I want to call them.
Mithril? I don't know how to spell.
No. Well, you got a name after the tip. By the way, does anybody sort of infuse them with magic, like was very clearly displayed in the dome?
I figured Elaine could find a way to infuse.
I was preparing the spell for Lumeris.
Okay.
Yeah, also Lannister and I were not present for when that was exemplified.
Yes. But you are also not the only casters, which is why I asked anyways.
They can imbue her bolts at a later date.
Yeah. So they are mithril bolts of absorbing. Mainly because you can sort of there's a brazier of fire there's a sort of a glacier or a tarp, like an acid pit. You can dip these bolts in those elemental sources of energy and enchant them until they are used.
Enjoy, Elaine.
You got 13 of those.
Oh, she
left?
took her headset off. It's bedtime for us.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that late. We got.
What?
I add these to your character tomorrow, but you got 13 mithril bolts that you can dip in fire, poison, stab in a glacier, and it'll be imbued with those elements. I know.
Anyways, as Gridor gets smithing away and handing out his gifts to people, and Asriel walks Lumeris and probably like the few people who wander into their positions, we will end today's session.
Man, I have one more thing I wanted to see if I can get crafted.
Sure.
I want to use like one of my talons to cut off a nice bottom piece of my like robe that seems to like be okay with my like I can't burn it.
Yep.
And I go and ask him, can you make a left-handed glove out of this?
I work with metal, not cloth.
I mean, okay, I understand. I figured maybe it'd be a little easier with the like it's like a leatherish cloth, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'll try to do something, I guess.
You feel someone pulling at at that part of the rope you didn't cut.
Huh?
It's Yevna.
Oh, hey, what's up?
I can sew.
Oh, could you make me? I see.
I can attach metal to the leather, but I can't get things out of leather.
No, I'm kind of like nervously looking, like trying to come up with an excuse. Like, I'm tired of not being able to shake people's hands.
Somewhere off in the distance, somewhere.
Oh,
Off in the distance, Miranda has sat beside Jace and is just sort of staring. Miranda's just sort of staring at Smog, and Jace just sort of says, "Are you okay?" And Miranda just, with like handprints like singed onto her skin all over her body, she's like, "Yeah, I'm great. Today was a good day."
Question. I had one other thing that I wanted to make specially for Smog if I have the littlest amount of mithril left.
Of course. Yeah, you have enough for another chain shirt. Another chain shirt.
I'm going to make him a metal deck of cards that he can actually heat with his hand and throw.
Yes.
Hey, there you go.
Red leather yellow.
Oh, that's
Only thing is you have to control how much you heat them because if you heat mithril to cherry red, it'll melt in your hand.
Oh, okay. But at least I can play cards.
You get if
We
you
can play
heat
Go Fish.
if you heat it in your hand to a nice glowing orange, you can chunk that at somebody and burn the fuck out of them.
I have an idea as well. I want to like hold one of the cards. Oh, well,
I'm essentially enabling your character to become Gambit.
That's great. I hold one of the cards and like see if I can I try to, I don't know what I would roll, but can I try to roll to see if I can adequately
that
get
would
his
be-
passion?
He
That's
can,
for
he can
Ashen
throw
curse?
the metal cards at us when he gets mad.
That will be something that you'll have to wait to find out next time. Because
Okay.
we are
Fair enough.
43 minutes overdue.
Very nice. It was
The 16 I rolled is for his cards. Because I'm fortunate.
Awesome.
So they'll be
And
fun.
that-
And I
And
was
now-
able to get that glove made.
Yep. Yeah, Yabna's quick. With everything.
Awesome.
Alright,
Awesome.
and now I'm out of
Nice.
Yes.
I will find you more metal. I promise.
You will make everything for me.
No, not just that. Just you've
The
done
ammo.
such an awesome thing for me today. I will find you whatever metal you want.
Oh, Max will tell you I make special things for everybody all the time that they don't expect. I even did it for Siren's character, Greg.
Nice.
Go, Greg.
That
Rest in peace, Greg.
Or should I say, Moranis made something for Greg, but I do it with all my placements.
I cannot wait to get like a medicine check or a perception check on like an enemy, and he's like, oh, he's on death's door, and then kill him with playing cards.
Yes.
Ah,
I mean, you can
Hey,
always like
no.
stuff a pack of playing cards down someone's throat too. That
Hey,
also works.
These are mithril playing cards,
Yep.
and you can superheat them and kill
And
them.
you could also just play with the normal cards without having to
Oh,
just
they
like use
could
your talon to
also-
try to push them around. You can actually hold a deck in your hand.
I
They,
made,
yeah,
I made
also
you,
like they could be consumable. Like if someone said like no weapons at the door or whatever, and be like, these are just my playing cards.
Yes.
And be like, all right.
I don't know
made
about
you
that.
a
I feel like
very-
since heat metal is a pretty easy spell.
I
Yeah,
made-
but
that one,
when he was
Chief.
like, your cards made out of metal, and then I go to shake his hand, it burns him. Like, yeah, I can't play with paper. He's like, no, go, okay.
You could. I am a paraplegic. You cannot rob me of this, please.
If you, I'm gonna be honest.
Essentially,
If you walked
he's-
up to the security guard, shook his hand, and you burned his hand, he is not letting into wherever you're trying to gamble.
Oh yeah, fair
What is
enough.
up with you? This is
Essentially, I made you a multi-use metal deck of cards.
That's fantastic.
It enabled you to become Gambit, which I hope Max is okay with, because
Oh, yeah.
I didn't discuss anything of what I was making with him.
there are characters in world that use cards and stuff to fight, whether it's arcane needs or just like they're metal tipped or made of metal. Like it's already a thing.
A
Oh,
Rosin
that's
at one.
awesome.
But
I can't
I gotta tell you, I've been mulling this idea over in my head since last session. After I found out you could heat things with your hands, and I was like, what can I make this man? And then y'all started playing cards, and the idea just clicked, and I'm like, I know what I'm making tonight, and it's gonna trip everybody out.
That's awesome.
How's everybody else
Right.
feel?
Good.
I had a great time.
Good. I'm so ready. I am.
I fucking
No, you don't need to apologize.
I
I'm
was
so-
prepared. I was prepared to have I really underestimate. I overestimate how fast we go through stuff because you guys are just RP machines, and I love it. It's great. It's the best.
It's
Like
great.
everybody did a really good job today. Whether it was with the poker, or it was with the consoling each other, or whether it was the fucking the napping and the fucking
The
it was
napping.
like
And the
you know what I
cuddling.
mean, right? Like that was a little thing that
And
was
the
sort of
beating
is a plot
Gregor's
point now
ass
for
through the
people.
door.
My favorite thing was actually like able to establish a pretty legitimate connection with both Lumeris and Lannister. Like that was awesome for me. I was like, I kind of actually feel like I'm more part of the group. Like my character, I guess, would feel more part of the group now. It's so fucking cool.
That's disappointed me to Bobbin too was
I still want to fight spooky ghost skeleton people.
Yeah.
I'm
You will,
still on
in
edge.
time.
Yeah, well, if
Wait
they
till
ever
we
show
find
up,
another
those cards will
crypt or
be
a
handy.
dungeon.
Oh yeah. All right, well,
Yeah,
guys, I'm gonna get off.
Yes.
This has been real fun though. See ya.
thanks for showing up,
Later,
man.
Cyber.
Alright, have a good night.
yeah.
So did Gridor and Elaine throw you all off tonight?
I kind of
No.
expected it.
I know you, Dark. I knew it was gonna happen at some point. It was literally the
Uh,
first thing you
honestly-
said when Elaine
honestly,
introduced her character,
Honestly,
and
3
I'm
or
like,
4
keep it
weeks
in your
ago.
pants, Gridor.
Honestly, 3 or 4 weeks ago, Jerry's like, "So are you ever gonna hit on Elaine?" And I'm like,
It's funny because I was thinking the
Haven't
same
I
thing.
already
I'm like,
done this? Is would be my response.
and I'm like, yeah.
I knew it was inevitable, so I'm like, all right, when's it gonna happen?
I told her, I said, "I'm married to you in real life. I ain't got to do something with you like that in the game." And she's like, "Okay." So I
Please
kind of,
go back.
I kind of surprised her tonight and I private messaged her and said, "Go cuddle with Godor." So she did, and then I told her, I was like, now realize this, Gridor is not somebody that would be searching for feminine company because of his lycanthropy, so next move's on you. So
Gridor
we'll see-
opens the door for women.
we'll see what she does.
Yeah, as long as two players are cool with it, I'm fine with it. Like
Well,
I
of
said,
course-
I like to
of
run
course.
D&D as a funny, goofy representation of reality, and it's hard to do that without all of the emotions, without all of the interactions. Again,
You know what,
this is not a 18 plus D&D, but I mean, I'm not
Just
gonna tell you
don't-
guys that you're out because you wanted to romance an NPC or you tried to do something
Ban
icky
them
gross with the
I
sex.
mean,
ban them
Mir-
immediately.
I mean, shit. Miranda shows up and just straight up fucks Smog. It's like, okay.
Well, like, I don't know. Simon was like, "Am I into this?" I'm like, "Okay, flip a fucking coin." He's like, "Okay, it's heads. I'm into it." I'm like, "Okay, you're into it."
Run
and
with it.
yeah.
Well, I mean,
I always
Miranda-
think it's really funny that you go for these con saves. It took me a second to remember that you did that in the past. I was like, oh my
Varanus and
gosh.
Luna Maru. I mean,
Yep.
Yeah. It's
she
kind of
needs
the
to
meme.
show back up. Some.
Yeah,
at
what
some-
happened to the succubus?
She got evaporated by a mummy, and the last conversation you had with her, she explained that she had been reduced to a leg in Helmir, and would not be able to apparate for some time. So she's either still dealing with that or dealing with other stuff. Again, NPCs are usually all active and doing stuff, even though I may not think about it right away. When they
There.
sort of come to be important, I sort of run through my head, what have they been doing this time?
What would they have been doing? Yeah.
So on and so forth. So either she's distracted, busy, or still trying to reapparate herself. None of you are. Lannister would be the closest one, really, in knowledge about demons, and he knows about smiting them and banishing them, but not exactly about like the love and care and tenderness they need to reapparate and become a menace again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right.
As long as everyone's happy with that, I'm happy with that.
Huh?
That was a good session.
Well, Jerry's just
Nature wants love.
It's like there are options, but
forgive Jerry if y'all heard her in the background. She was just aggravated because she didn't realize that she was having so much fun. She didn't realize how over the session went. She was aggravated because she's only going to get 5 hours.
tell her I'm sorry.
No, on nights where every night that we've gone over, she has literally come back from dropping the kids off at the bus stop and getting them on the bus and crawled right back into bed, cuddled up to me, and passed her right back the fuck out.
At least I'm worth staying up for. Well, at least we're all worth staying up for, I guess is the way you should say it.
Yeah.
There's that. Everyone can take solace in that. Jerry feels that this is enough of an experience to hang out and to be invested. And I hope you all feel the same.
She'll come back in the morning, lay back down, and take a nap. So it's not a biggie.
I'll have during last night when I espoused my sleep schedule of going to sleep at 5 in the morning and waking up at 3 in the afternoon. I fell asleep at 1 in the morning and woke up at 12 in the afternoon. It was a marginal
Good
3-hour
progress.
improvement.
Yeah. Good progress, buddy.
Thanks.
I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm so invested. I want the next session.
I hope Asriel was actuated and it addressed your feelings and concerns and wasn't a condescending jerk face. Because he can do that. He is on occasion a condescending jerk face.
No,
But,
it's one of those things where I think it's just like Lumeris, from the things that have happened, like it's like I said, like there's just been enough happening to and around him that like right now it's the like, especially I think in part not because of like it's a bad thing, but in part because like the there's like some downtime. I think the downtime for him has gone from being like, oh, this is nice, to oh, this is like now bothering me because I have nothing distracting me from the things that I am like actively being stopped doing.
Yeah, it's a bit of a... Next session, we're getting right into it. The thing I've been wanting to do for 3 sessions in a row is going to finally roll around, and it'll be an event. It is, I think, no spoilers, the meditation will be quite the journey, I'm hoping, for you, without hopefully resolving too much, to leave you invested in a part of the story. That everybody should have some new thoughts and feelings after.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I am actually mad. I'm actually kind of angry
What?
that we
Well, you're
didn't
mad?
we didn't get to do it. Ah! I'm not mad at you guys. I'm mad at myself.
I know
'cause I got
exactly
so
what
into the
to do
RP
next
and you guys
session,
just
then.
doing miscellaneous bullshit like playing poker
Yes.
that I didn't just
No,
say, okay,
I
guys, play
will
poker,
delay the
one
party
rest
more
over.
with such millennious bullshit because I find it enjoyable.
But that's what I mean, right? Like I think that's like sign of the good D&D is the willingness to take a step away and be like, okay, you guys play poker, roll some dice,
Roll some dice.
do some stuff, do some fun, not world-ending stone finding.
I found it also Max. Great
pillaging.
job on Mr. Book. I found him hilarious.
Good.
How he's
Good,
like
that was my
he's
word.
like very clearly pissed, and it's just like, man, why
Lane's
did
first thing was like, "This is not how this works. I'm not brought to you. You find me. We talk to a fucking
I
wall."
was so close when there was multiple of Mr. Book to casting minor illusion and making a second Bobbin.
That's a little bit more than a minor illusion.
No, see what you do instead is you make a third Mr. Book.
That's just like really nice.
And it's like
and,
the Spider-Man
super
meme where they're all
creative.
pointing at each other.
Yes.
Yep.
Just weird one.
Ooh, I just thought about something else I could do. I still have the 2 hilts that were from my adamantine scimitars.
Yeah, you might have to find some other metal. Who said they had a hunting mission for Elaine in her pack?
Oh, the me.
What? I just so I can prepare this.
Oh, well, I mean, it's just a matter of like, it was more a commentary on, I'm observing an AC upgrade to like most of the party, and I'm just vibing at 13, and I can't use metal, so I'm not
That's what you get for being a druid and not a nature player.
No, the genuine thought I had after I thought that internally, I was like, they have to nerf me somehow.
Yeah.
Now, remember, if you can find some big beetles.
Big bugs.
My immediate.
There are trees in Mindune whose bows and wood and fibrous material can be shaped and strengthened to be that harder than adamantine.
Yeah.
This is not a secret to people.
Siren, I'm gonna tell you what to look for because I can work it like metal.
No, that's not true. You need to be proficient with carving tools.
Yeah.
Not
It's still not. Pardon?
Not for iron bark.
Not for iron bark. That's true.
Iron bark works like metal, so if Siren finds iron bark, I can work it.
But things like silver wood and like the great yews and like stuff that's not hard and durable because it's actually hard and durable, but hard and durable because it's magic.
I need to Yaman needs to ask Grador, fucking, to ask him if he'd be able to make him like a 1 point when we get more crafting materials and stuff out of like a studded leather armor piece.
Yes.
Because
your AC is pretty low too, isn't it, Sam?
Yes,
I realized I was doing it wrong because I looked up armor. I was like, wait, there's a max for some. I looked up. I have one more AC than I thought because I thought leather was 10 plus dex. It's 11 plus dex.
Yes, I can attach metal to leather. I just can't sew leather.
Yeah, and studded leather goes from 11 plus dex to 12 plus dex.
Yes, but old cap to is that
No, light armor specifically. So padded leather and studded leather, or caps that have no cap.
Maybe Azrael will magically come up with one more bar of mithril for me.
Everyone gets golden robes.
But the main thing is that
everyone is Azrael.
The main thing is I don't know if it would gain as I don't think it would gain as much benefit for being like full mithril, because a mithril naturally would only be the studded parts, so wouldn't it technically get better benefit to make a studded leather piece with like decent metal, or even a subpar metal, and say like a
or
hide?
I could make you a mithril shirt just like Vobbin's. It doesn't impede his
Yeah,
stuff.
but mechanically it doesn't, but it also kind of wouldn't work because you would think if it's like a chainmail shirt or a chain shirt, you would think it would make somewhat noise and that would be bad for sneaking around.
Mithril does not make noise.
Doesn't it?
Read the lore. That's why it doesn't impede stealth.
I guess it would be better, yeah.
You can drop a whole fucking block of mithril, and as long as you're dropping it on mithril, it won't make any noise.
Yeah, it does not make a sound.
Otherwise, the thing you're dropping it on makes sense.
Okay.
So it would be similar to just normally your clothes rubbing together. It would still make sound, Like
The
sound
lower-
would originate from the friction between the mithril and the rest of like the things you're wearing, but the chain links wouldn't make sound as they rub
Oh,
together.
then yeah, no. If you have an extra bar, that'd be great. But
Well, maybe
But if you
as
want something more your style, you can also just do mithril studded too.
yeah, Mythos studded I think would definitely
Give
be
you a
more
+1 to
Yaman
AC.
style because Yaman would rather have like full mobility, and given the fact that it reduces dex, I would assume it would technically be reducing mobility.
And we're
And
+1ing because the stuff you make is well crafted. It's not just normal blacksmith stuff. That's what
Yeah.
the +1 comes from. And then the master
Okay.
crafted is if you get above a 20 when you roll with your stuff.
Well,
Because with
if
studded leather,
Azrael-
I have a 16.
if
That's
Azrael
crazy.
comes up with more mithril for me next session, I'll be more than happy to stud out your leather armor.
The studs would actually be all of what's left, but you'd have enough.
Okay.
You wouldn't be able to do anything with your hilts, but yeah.
Well, most everybody's still here, so fuck it. I say, for the sake of it, if Mac's still in the game,
Dude, I'm in the game until everyone leaves.
Max actually lives in the game.